Well, none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots, yeah. None of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Children have to go back to the roots. I'm telling you now, the truth, the truth. Telling you, yeah, the truth, the truth. You have to go back to the roots, the roots. Go to the roots, to the roots. Yeah, man, you know, this is Benjamin out of the Smiling Coast, West Africa, Gambia, representing for the one and only Abu, the big man you don't know, the Soninke warrior, the man that brings the truth. Soninke warrior, the sign of enlightenment. The Soninke warrior, the righteous and the true African. Abu, reveal the truth to them, you know, no matter how them try run from it, because none of them can hide from the truth, yeah. Yes, we have to dig back the roots, yeah. Fire!
Subscribe now.
Dark MAGA.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
My sole and exclusive mission is to go to work for our country, to go to work for you. It's time to deliver a victory for the American. Let you down.
This is Donald Trump's house, brother.
I will always give you my love. Nation of believers, dreamers, and strivers. We will bring back our jobs. We will bring back our borders. We will bring back our wealth. And we will bring back our dreams. Thank you. God bless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Afridamus Report. I'm your host, Afridamus. Guys, as you guys can see, the Donald have won. And I know some of you might think it's not true, but I have all the proofs. Please make sure you like and share the video. And if you haven't already subscribed, I don't know what are you waiting for. This is a great time to be alive, to see everything unfold right in front of all of us. You know, like, guys, they've told us that Trump will not win. There is no way. And rightfully so. The way like the Kamala supporters are responding, oh my God. I mean, rightfully so. I understand why they are acting like that. Because they've been listening to the fake news. You guys remember they were calling Trump Nazis, but now they had no choice but to watch Kamala give a concession speech to Hitler, the Nazi. But before we enter that, let's hear CNN. CNN announced the big win for Donald Trump. Here we go, fair use.
CNN projects that Donald Trump has been elected president, defeating Vice President Kamala Harris and making a political comeback unlike any in modern American politics. Now, we can make this projection now because CNN projects that Donald Trump has won Wisconsin. You can see right there, currently ahead by 30,000 votes with 99% of the vote in. Mr. Trump is only the second former president in U.S. history to be reelected to the White House. He will return to office after 2 impeachments in his first term, followed by unprecedented criminal indictments and felony convictions. Mr. Trump scoring a landmark victory as he now heads back to power, leading a politically divided nation. Again, CNN projects that Donald J. Trump is elected the 47th president of the United States.
That's right. You guys saw and heard that. Not only are you going to hear this announcement, let's hear from the losing side giving concession speech.
I spoke with President-elect Trump and congratulated him on his victory. I also told him that we will help him and his team with their transition, and that we will engage in a peaceful transfer of power. While I concede this election, I do not concede the fight that fueled this campaign.
Oh, please. So that's Kamala. Kamala over there talking tough. But she lost bad. I'm talking bad. It's a landslide. The whole country is red. I mean, like, Trump have won, like every county, it seems like. Okay? So even the only few places they won that is blue, for example, let's say Minnesota, those are places where they have these mobile, voting stations, the places that fight hard, not, not to use ID when voting. So it's very, very suspicious. So with this win, as you guys know, people have rejected wokeism. They have rejected CRT. They have rejected all forms of this racism talk. Every single graphic have come together to vote for Trump. Hands down. So now on MSNBC, CNN, you guys remember Al Sharpton? Oh my God. Al Sharpton is blaming black men. They're out there blaming black men and Hispanic men. So pretty much now they are saying everyone voted for Trump. That's what they are pretty much saying because how can they can't point fingers at white men. They can't point, they say white women 52% voted. Only black women voted in high numbers. High numbers. Black men are like, nah, adios. But they are being accused. Black men are being accused of being misogynist. Can you believe it? The news now, all of a sudden, they know what is a woman. Do you guys remember they didn't know what a woman is? But this loss is making the Kamala supporters lose it, guys. I mean, I know some are going to say it's petty, but I want you guys to see what is happening here. Here is CNN, Scott Jennings, breaking the news to his fellow worksters. Because what we've learned here is these people are being paid to spew these things, to brainwash the American people. And this election proved it because they've lied to the public over and over. They said, man, they're going to beat Trump in a landslide. But it did not happen. Here we go. Let's see how the leftists are taking it. Here we go.
He's losing it. Let's have some fun looking at reactions to Donald Trump's extraordinary win. The red wave has cometh and the lefties are, well, they're giving me too much content.
I'm sorry. No! Why?
Look, it's fair to say she's not handling it well.
Poor hubby. Poor hubby.
The ground.
And this woman is too old to be this stupid, but sadly leftism and TDS can leave the sufferer delirious, delusional and dangerously stupid.
You voted for a racist, a rapist, a dictator. You voted for a bully, a bigot, and a narcissist. Even the Germans tried to warn us, but you didn't listen. You didn't listen to the historians, the psychologists, the educators, and the intellectuals. Of course not, because Dictatorship 101 is to convince you to distrust the media, the educated, and to create an us versus them mentality.
It's always the dimmest.
Yeah, of course. Of course, it's the uneducated people's fault. Why didn't you listen to our experts on TV? We've listened to our experts and now we are finding our reality. We are over here still doubling down, calling all of you are Nazis. All of you support Hitler. You hate women. Now we know what a woman is. You know, we had somebody on the Supreme Court, a black something. We don't know if it's a woman or not. But now that we want to play you into letting you give us the power over you, even though we've seen what you're gonna do with it. You've already told us we can't express our feelings online. We can talk about what we're seeing. We have to pretend to go along with what you're going along, with what you're saying. If we don't, that means we are crazy. Let's see who is tolerant and who is crazy. Guys, man, this has been fun. Okay? Because the fun part about this is there's no confusion. The election is not even close. Like, they can't make the argument that, oh, he only won the electoral college, not the popular votes. He cleared it. Cleared it. But let's see more leftists, you know, come to terms with reality. Guys, get the likes up. You know, if you're enjoying the show, please get the likes up. You deserve to enjoy this show.
Folk who go on about educated experts. If you're wondering why these lefties are so triggered, so shocked by reality, so out of touch with their fellow Americans, well, it could be because they consume the type of media I'm about to show you now. Here are some of our favourite media leftists who were convinced that Donald Trump was toast, that Kamala was going to win, and win easily.
In my humble view, lights out.
Please welcome back the next president of the United States.
Guys, this is so they brought her on The View. On The View. To brainwash the people into believing that, yeah, she is going to win. So let's see.
I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on Election Day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, JD, man.
So you guys remember, so these people, they sat on their TV sets, like literally they are telling us it's going to be a blowout. They are the experts. We are the dummies out here. I mean, what the hell those Afridamus know? I mean, some dumb African created a YouTube channel talking about Trump is going to win. What the hell does that bush meat eating fool know? Well, let's find out what he knows. Here we go.
You just effed up in a way that I've never seen in my political life, and I worked for Sarah Palin.
I would say take Harris over 270.
Here's another expert, James Carville. I have been predicting elections for 40 years. Sir, how are you able to predict these elections and keep winning? Is there a possibility that you guys control it and be able to select people like you selected Kamala? Is that a possibility? I mean, guys, let's be real. How the hell are you able to predict it? Oh, maybe in the past you controlled it and you were confident. So let's hear before the election what they were telling us. Trump is Hitler and he was going to lose.
Electoral vote. Let these fools in these crypto markets do something. Let them drive the betting line into a favorable place and then take advantage of it. That's what I would do. I think she's going to win.
You wrote Trump is toast. Do you stand behind that today?
Oh man, Michael Moore. Guys, look at Michael Moore, guys. I remember Michael Moore letting us know how Trump is going to lose. And you know, people that hate Trump like these out of touch, quote-unquote experts and the staunch Kamala supporters, you are not going to get the real answer because you guys have made it forbidden for people to let you know who they support. Because a lot of them, just like they are acting now, You are batshit crazy. This is why you're not gonna get the real answer. You think the people you work with, they support Kamala? No, they're not gonna tell you that because your company and your boss, they are crazy too. They're gonna fire the person. We are seeing this. All right? So it's like 2016, but only worse. Only worse. So let us see how this goes.
More so. I feel the same way that I felt a few weeks ago that Trump is told.
Zongo, we don't care about your feelings over here. Okay? Just kick back and watch. Since you did not support Trump, the whole of America, we united against you. So don't tell us, oh, we're waiting for what Trump is doing. We know you guys want his downfall, and we don't care. But here we go.
And they're not taking the loss well. Here is Sunny Hostin of The View lashing out at white women without college degrees.
There. So guys, listen to this. Oh, Trump was going to win, no doubt. And then now, it's the white women's fault.
What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding. You have Latino men, actually.
The exit polls showed that the majority of married men, unmarried men, and married women voted for Trump. It was the unmarried women who backed Kamala. What was it that...
Now it makes sense. This is why there is a lot of these unmarried women out here crying. They said they are going to practice abstinence. I said, good. That means you wouldn't need to, perform any abortion. So this, it's like, oh, it's about abortion. But now we are going to practice abstinence. Oh, Trump did good then. Can you imagine? He did good. Just becoming president is causing this woman to, start practicing abstinence. Then they wouldn't need the Planned Parenthood. So you see, Trump already started progress. Here we go.
J.D. Vance said about that group, and Sunny also made some absurd claims about losing her civil rights. The desperation to be a victim is strong in this one.
I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father.
Yeah, sure. Your daughter, yeah. Sunny goes, she says she's black, right? I mean, guys, look at me. I'm the true definition of blackness. Sunny, we know we are in the plantation here picking the cotton. And Sunny is in the big house. We can't even tell her race, but she's over here lecturing to us, the black people. She's high yellow. She's telling us what we should be afraid of. Can somebody please bring Sunny the reality tea and let her know, like, they've lost? But she's going to double down. Just like most of these Democrats, they would blame everybody except themselves. There's no way she can accept that. We, the dumb people, America, dumb people are out here. How dare you not listen to me, Sunny? I sit over here and I lecture to you. You are not educated. You are dumb. You're supposed to say, do exactly as I said. But now you're going to take away my daughter's freedom. Even though I'm a multi-millionaire, you guys are the reason I'm going to lose. Sure.
Telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed.
And the perpetually aggrieved ladies of The View also want greater censorship. They want to curb free speech on social media so a Democrat never loses again.
Well, it would help if we could regulate social...
Exactly. So watch I thought Trump is the dictator, the fascist. Listen to, what they want. Guys, this is just like it's real life. Imagine the side that this type of women support. You know exactly what these women are for. They don't live in reality. They live in la la land. Imagine giving them power over you, and then they try to impose their dumb rules over you, and you reject it. You're going straight to jail. So now they're like, let's work and shut all these men down so they can't speak logic. So we can just sit here and blow hot air. And if these people dare go sit on their dusty ass channels and spend their entire lives, because they don't have anything better to do, debunking everything we are saying over here, this is getting us in trouble. We should be able to spew lie after lie without anyone debunking us. Here we go.
Media, because one of the biggest offenders is DC and Congress have not been able to do one thing in regard to the rogue corporations of social media.
It's not going to get any better with Elon Musk now in the administration.
Now to MSNBC's Joy Reid, who's always having a normal one. Here she claims that Florida is a fascist state.
It's a pure Project 2020.
Oh, here we go with Joy Reid, the head mammy in charge. She is totally deranged. She is obsessed with white people. And I'm guessing, I don't have my tape measure on me right now, but with that hairline doing that measure, I think with visual measurement of the hairline, I suspect she is not FBA. But that's besides the point. She's on the FBA female black girl magic team. They are fighting so hard because this is the era of black girl magic is dead. It was never real to begin with, but here we go.
In miniature in Florida, and that kind of extreme, sort of extremist, right-wing, fascist type government in Florida, does that make it a more attractive place?
Oh dear, and if you're in the habit of consuming media like that, then you may react like this when Donald Trump has a landslide victory.
We may not have rights tomorrow.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up on my way.
Can you guys believe this? She says she's afraid of going to sleep because she might wake up a slave. Guys, this is what is happening in the so-called universities. When you hear these people telling you you are not educated, they're telling you they are educated. Yeah, 2024. They've managed to brainwash this young lady here to believe that Trump winning would make, put her in a plantation and turn her into a slave. She didn't. So she is a victim of the news. Here we go.
Anyone else having a meltdown? I don't know how to do this. Right now, I'm just not. I can't deal with this right now. I am 48 years old and I have never.
This woman is a 48-year-old. Yeah. Now she can go get more tattoos because she is depressed. 48-year-old. That's right. This is what America has turned into.
Never experienced anything like this and never thought I would in this country. No, wait, I'm so stressed. I don't know how to handle this.
Oh, I'm so sad. But the best friend.
She don't know how to handle it. Why don't she, get more Xanax, I guess. Here we go.
Reaction goes to this jokester. This is superb work.
I'm literally shaking right now. I'm a trans woman with a baby on the way. What am I gonna do? Keep it?
He is trolling. There's no way this is real. He has to be trolling. His face looks like the type that would be trolling. But here we go.
Now, that was parody. I'm not sure if this next video is. I suspect it could be real. It's hard to tell nowadays.
I can't believe Trump's actually going to win this fucking thing. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Take a look at your average Kamala supporter. Guys, so this is white dudes, one of the white dudes for Kamala. You know, watch.
I'm so up. God damn it.
And here is a...
Guys, the next 4 years would be the best time to be alive. Yeah, he is. He can't believe Trump is winning. Guys, if anyone, look, if you're not watching this on your screen, make sure you do, because you're missing out. You know, the guy's got 6 packs. He's been working out. I mean, yeah, here we go.
Another white dude for Kamala, or is it a work of satire?
What the hell? You cannot be serious. How did I wake up to this garbage as my...
Guys, is he trolling? Is this Be Brave trolling his people?
President, that's right, garbage. I went to bed last night and she was ahead. I woke up to this freaking nightmare. Donald Trump? How? Does America have this many Nazi Hitler following?
Guys, come on, give me a 1 in the chat. You know he has to be trolling. Guys, is this real? Is he for real? Is this guy for real? He has to be trolling. Did he buy this? He has to be trolling, guys.
Pieces of trash.
Let's end lefties with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, pretending she's some heroine in a Nazi film. Here she warns that we're about to enter a period of fascism. I'm so scared.
Let's say peers in history of mass movements of people that mobilize to protect one another in times of fascism.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, in case you haven't noticed, the Nazis you're talking about are the majority. Look at the electoral map. Just FYI.
And authoritarianism. And this is the era that we are poised to enter.
Joining me now is Batia Ungasa.
So, guys, you see that? You guys think you've seen enough? Imagine if you think those people are losing their mind. Let's see what their professors are like. Let's check out this black professor. You know what? Before we get there, let's see Scott Jennings on CNN, give these liberals reality check. Here we go. Check this out.
Vote for the first time for a Republican for the first time since 2004. This is a big deal. This isn't backing into the office. This is a mandate to do what you said you were going to do. Get the economy working again for regular working class Americans, fix immigration, try to get crime under control, try to reduce the chaos in the world. This is a mandate from the American people to do that. I think I'm interpreting the results tonight as the revenge of just the regular old working class American, the anonymous American who has been crushed, insulted, condescended to. They're not garbage.
Easier to be a parent this morning.
They're just regular people who get up and go to work every day and are trying to make a better life for their kids, and they feel like they have been told to just shut up when they have complained about the things that are hurting them in their own lives. I also feel like this election, as we sit here and pour over this tonight, is something of an indictment of the political information complex.
All right. St. James said, Afridamus, can you explain what is a mandate? So, guys, clearly, what a mandate is. So, people have handed Donald Trump the, power to do, what he needs to do to make America great. Meaning he won the Electoral College, he won the popular vote, he's handed the Senate and the House. So it means people are fed up with wokeism. So they gave Donald Trump the mandate, and they expect Donald Trump, I would say we expect him to act accordingly, exactly what he promised. So these people running around here saying Nazis and stuff, no, Donald Trump is giving the mandate to do these things. And we expect him to do it. Here we go.
I mean, we've been sitting around here for the last couple of weeks, and the story that was portrayed was not true. I mean, we were told Puerto Rico was going to change the election. Liz Cheney, Nikki Haley voters, women lying to their husbands. Before that, it was Tim Walz and the camo hats. Night after night after night, we were told all these things. And
guys, look at Van Jones. Scott Jennings is over here cooking. The white man is cooking. Guys, I'll let the man cook. He is talking sense into them. Night after night, he's letting them know all the lies that was being peddled could not change anything. I'll let him cook, and then I would bring crying ass Van Jones from 2016, and then we'll bring him this year too.
Gimmicks were going to somehow push Harris over the line, and we were just ignoring the fundamentals. Inflation, people feeling like that they were barely able to tread water at best. That was the fundamentals of the election. And so I think that both parties should always look at the results of an election and figure out what went right and what went wrong. But I think for all of us who cover elections and talk about elections and do this on a day-to-day basis, we have to figure out how to understand, talk to, and listen to the half of the country that rose up tonight and said, we've had enough.
Exactly. So you guys want to see Van Jones, since Van Jones, for what, I don't know what it is. He likes to pretend like he's there for black women, but his wife is white. He pretends. So I just want to give you a little taste of Van Jones, because I want to save the the Van Jones, dive in for another show, but I just want to give you a taste. Let's go. Here's Van Jones.
To be a dad. It's easier.
This was when Biden, quote unquote, won. This is how he was talking in 2016. He's part of 2020.
To tell your kids, character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happier to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason.
I can't take it. I can't take it. But now let us bring, one of the professors. Guys, I just can't take this one. Why did I play this? Anyways, let me show you one of the professors that malfunctioned. You know how people like to tell you, oh, I went to Princeton. Let me show you a black professor malfunctions. You're thinking Van Jones is the worst. Watch this professor, lose his mind over reality.
All right, that whiteness right, is under threat. The demographic shifts. The country isn't what all of these racially ambiguous children on Cheerios commercials are confusing the hell out of me.
Hey, a lot of people voted because their life's too damn expensive. And it was here and it
they
was
voted for, you're telling me, Stephanie, that all of these people who believe that their lives are, that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted felon.
You goddamn right. You know, we know what lawfare is. You guys are so obvious in using your lawfare. You know, this is the same people that say they were making up, you know, cases against black people. Yeah, you goddamn right. We voted for him. He's like, oh, I can't believe you guys are complaining about the price of egg, bread, and gas. Yes, we are. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I can't believe you would have the option to pay $1.99 versus $5 a gallon, and you chose $1.99. This guy is a professor. Imagine all these student loan that you're hearing. These are the people that are supposedly teaching people's children. Now you see where the problem is. But let's hear more from crybaby professor over here.
A guy who said we can grab the pea.
I think that a lot
they voted for this
listen,
guy.
I'm not defending it, but I think there are tons of people that don't pay attention to, and I'm not defending it, don't pay attention to politics at all. But while we live in the most prosperous country in the world, people are saying life's not fair. I'm not doing well. My son's still living in the basement. I can't seem to get a job. I don't like the status quo. I'm voting for something else. And he was the person.
I love you to life.
I love you. Oh.
But I do not believe that.
Guys, do you see this? These guys are in denial. They are in big denial. So these are the people they want us to listen to. Yeah, these professors, they're like, we can believe Donald Trump saying grab them by the pea, but we know what they grab people by. They might be grabbing them by the D, because the way most of them are talking, they sound like that. But that's not here or there. Here we go.
I cannot believe that.
We do not care if you believe it or not, sir. The people have spoken. Guys, do you guys see the condescension here? All that white people are, you know, white supremacy, all that talk. Now you see who really want to feel superior. This guy doesn't even live in reality. He is saying he does not believe people voted against inflation. So what is he teaching in school? What is he teaching? But here we go.
And the reason I think you believe it is because you don't want to believe that that's what's really motivating them. It's always the case. People don't want to believe what the country actually is, because if they believe it, they're going to have to confront what's in them. I don't believe that.
Yeah, so it's all people's fault, or everybody is racist. Do you guys see how easy it is to appoint yourself as the person that gets to decide who is racist or who isn't? Do you see how convenient that is? Oh yeah, you are voting against me because you deep down you're racist. You are racist. Yeah. Amazing. Supergirl, thank you for the super chat. Guys, feel free to hit the super chat. Supergirl said, thank you for putting all this together for us Afridamus. God bless our 47th president, and God bless the United States of America. And God bless you, Supergirl, for the super chat and all the great work you're doing over here. Guys, feel free to hit the super chat and like the video. But here we go.
They voted for a crook, a person who they know is stealing from, just doing everything to undermine the so-called country that they love.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, and we still chose him.
And then they're telling us the BS that it's economics. We know that's not true.
Guys, he blew a fuse over there. He blew a fuse. Can somebody look? You guys know I usually over here at the Afridamus University, we don't generally just accept every person that comes in, but this so-called Professor Eddie, please guys, hand him an application. We might look into accepting him into the university here so that he can learn about what's happening. The man is out there exactly crashing out. This is wild. And you know what? Even though Kamala herself said she's Indian, do you know these people are pretending that she's still black? It's crazy. Humble presidents, thank you for the super chat. He said, these Ivy League professors have been in their ivory tower for so long, they've forgotten how the common man thinks. Exactly. They think the way they explain things in their classroom, that's how it is out here. So this is why they're like, there's no way the people out there are smart. I know it's painful, but I will just put you through one more series and then I'll open the lines of this quote unquote celebrities. Because you see, when Trump came, he destroyed the Bush dynasty, the Clinton dynasty, and the Biden dynasty, and now the Obamas. The era of people listening to these celebrities is long gone. If you don't believe me, let's see some of these clips. They've tried so hard and they still lost. Here we go.
Is losing it. And can you believe the Democrat squad of A-list celebrities wasn't enough to get Kamala over the line? How did the American public resist the call from these learned souls who are so in touch with the average American and whose moral compass is pure and true and who are never prone to crazy delusions?
It can't be. It cannot be. If he wins the election, you won't be on the show anymore. He'll come looking for me.
De Niro, he won. I think secretly we all watched this and we wanted him to come after you. That's why we voted. Yeah, the prophecy has been fulfilled. Trump, you better go after him. Here we go.
There'll be
people they're in the show, they're laughing, right? De Niro is scared. He's definitely scared. But here we go.
Things that happen that none of us can imagine. That's what happens in that kind of a dictatorship, which is what he says. Let's believe him, take him at his word.
Even Bill Maher's lefty audience couldn't help but laugh at Robert De Niro there. And I guess Bill Maher's going to lose his show now, isn't he? That's what they were talking about. And in recent days, we even had the ladies of The View not just backing Kamala, but they were picking her Attorney General for her. And of course, they picked the irredeemably awful rhino warhawk, Liz Cheney.
Are you also a lawyer?
Yeah, I am.
So this is Liz Cheney over here. A war hawk. You guys remember Dick Cheney? Yeah, Dick Cheney's daughter. They all about wars. So the Democrats have always been against her, but now all of a sudden they form coalition with them. So let's hear from her.
So you could conceivably be a great AG if this was.
Exactly, Joseph. They considered Dick Cheney a war criminal. So imagine her daughter being AG. If they had succeeded, trust me, our YouTube channels, bye-bye. Unless we want to come over here and talk about cats, and dogs. Just things that, it's like we have to pretend to be soft as cotton. We would have been like, those people that are losing their minds in these videos. Here we go.
And I say this because your moral core is magnificent. Wow.
Can you guys believe this? Yeah, a lot of people watch this and they're like, okay, this is it. We've had it. Whoopi sat there telling us that this woman's moral core is the standard. She is in favor, and they have done it, calling for people to get blown up in other countries. Over here, getting people arrested if anyone is against it, taking people's liberty. What the hell is Whoopi talking about? But here we go.
Oh, isn't that adorable? Whoopi Goldberg lecturing us about morals. I've heard it all now, but Kamala had the unique ability to make even once cool celebrities lose all credibility. She made the boss, Bruce Springsteen, sound like this.
Well, I'm just about starving tonight. I'm dying for some action.
Wait. That's Bruce Springsteen? No wonder, because people, that's him? Hold on.
The fight for freedom, for opportunity, for fairness, and the dignity of all people. A fight for the ideals at the heart of our nation.
Cardi B into the world's lamest, saddest joke.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
Guys, watch Cardi B malfunction here. This is what they were not showing, but we were able to see it all. Yeah. They brought Cardi B out. And let's hear from Cardi B. And the link is in the chat. Hit the link.
I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
Yikes.
So Cardi B could not give the speech because her teleprompter failed. So she is calling for them to bring her the cell phone so she can read what they told her to read. Yeah. This is who was out there. Imagine Cardi B. She ain't even black, but they told you she black. Not that that matters, but I'm just telling you how crazy they are. And the link is in the chat. Feel free to hit the link. I won't stay long today, but hit the link.
I can't believe that didn't convince the masses. And Kamala somehow even managed to turn the once hilariously funny Will Ferrell into this cringy mess.
I'm just one person? No. Shut the
up, Gary. Last time, only a few thousand votes kept Trump out of office. And this time, we will hold you personally responsible, Gary. Don't forget to vote, Gary.
And when the celebrity endorsements weren't working, she had her media propagandists use these shameful tactics.
We've laid out the stakes in this.
So the whole time they were telling us they are a news media. So people that when people used to tell you about how the media, they are all on one side, that's what we are seeing. So here is the propagandist.
Crucial election where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain.
So you guys seen this, right? Remember they said Trump is a threat to democracy. He's Hitler. So why is Joe Biden and Kamala both conceding to him? Everyone is congratulating him. Would you congratulate Hitler? So pretty much these people have used mentally challenged people to possibly rule this country, all based in lies. They went all out. They crashed. This is why they are crashing out.
Or Mussolini's Italy.
Just crazy stuff. That was MSNBC anchor Joy Reid and her colleague and fellow Russian conspiracy hoax peddler Rachel Maddow was even issuing threats to Elon Musk's business empire.
The Defense Department and NASA are going to...
Oh, here we go with Rachel Maddow. Russia gate. So let's hear from Rachel Maddow.
Need a new arrangement for all their rockets and for all the multi-billion-dollar contracts Elon Musk's companies have with the U.S. government. The U.S. government is going to have to either, unwind from all of those contracts, or Elon Musk's companies are going to have to unwind from him. This is an untenable reality in national security terms. Now that we know what we know about Elon Musk.
That sounds a little fascisty to me.
Exactly. Guys, that's what fascism is. But here we go.
Today, Joy Reid was still delusional and claiming that Kamala had run the perfect campaign.
And so what you've seen in the last couple of weeks, if this is an audition for managing a complex organization like the United States, Kamala Harris has passed the audition flawlessly. This has been, in many ways...
But precision, exactly. The left is still cooking, but I'm pretty sure the Trump and the MAGA people, they already know, and I'm sure they're ready for it. Because people like Jamie Raskin, they said their goal is to fight and not let Trump take the White House. So we will see how it goes. But for them to try to go against the will of the American people, I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but I agree with you. They will definitely try. They have not given up.
It's a perfect campaign, a brief, and she had barely any time to put it together.
But eventually reality sank in and Joy Reid was back to doing what she does best, race baiting and making wild claims, this time about Israel wanting to ethnically cleanse Gaza.
Nobody wants Donald Trump to be president more than Bibi Netanyahu, who is backed by a far-right coalition that would like to clear-cut Gaza, that would truly like to complete a complete ethnic cleansing of Gaza.
Meanwhile, Rachel Maddow was lashing out at the American public, chiding them for not realizing just how good the economy is.
The United States economy is the envy of the world. Yeah. The inflation numbers, the economic growth numbers, the fiscal numbers.
I know it's painful to watch. Let me bring in, my professional here who knows about elections. Because you see, over here, our panelists, we are more in touch with reality than these fake professionals. Let's welcome in our political scientist, St. James. St. James, welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate that.
Yes, this is our expert. calling in to give us his take. So, Mr. St. James, you've seen what happened, the landslide. We've predicted it here at the Afridamos elections radar. And, you've also, let us know, it's going to be a landslide. And seeing it happen and the leftists just, totally melting down. What is your take on, what you're seeing here?
Thank you for that question, man. After that, to be honest with you, I'm very surprised about what the left is doing. That's why when I was in the chat, right, I was trying to have you explain to the people what's the mandate. This is such a landslide victory, and the people of America have spoken. And as you can see, they trust Donald Trump with everything that's going on in America. So I don't think this suffer a debate for us to have. But when you see what the leftists are doing, like I spent some time trying to understand the labeling tactics in America, and this is what the left is doing. They are the fascists.
Yes, they say fascism,
right?
But they know a lot of people they don't read,
right?
But fascism, that's what it is. You label the person, and then you act on it. Because look at how they are like doubling down. They still are saying the people are dumb. They are saying the people are dumb.
Right. Even the morning, I don't know if that was the morning. Yeah, the morning of the election when Trump voted, right? You remember when he got interviewed, right?
Right.
And he said, I don't see anything to be worried at this time. So the election is being fair. I have no problem. I will accept the results. He said it.
Right.
And he went home. And this is what these people are bringing. The guy hasn't even taken office yet, and they're starting it. But they will flip it for the American people that Trump is bad. This is what Trump is doing. But we can see exactly what is up with Trump. They will do whatever they can to stop this guy. While the people of America have spoken, they don't care. They have they're the one who have the mandate to deter everything that Trump has a plan for America. And that's very wrong. I think, right, to be honest with you, if Trump wants to rule this country peacefully, I believe he has to call a summit. The fascism calling, the Hitler calling, we have to really tone down on this. It's not productive.
Did you hear what he said? He's going to set up a committee, and most of America is completely against this. So people are going to be suing these people out of business. They are already losing, viewership.
Right.
But on top of it, people are seeing that these people are deliberately targeting the American population and manipulating American.
They're good at manipulation. Even look at the people, like I was watching yesterday or this morning. I seen people already marching in New York talking about we are against mass deportation. So are you illegal? Are you supporting illegals? Where do you stand on this? The American people have spoken. They don't want illegal criminals here in the country. So what are you against of? You voted, you lost. You have to accept the results.
Yeah, and the people don't realize, if you look at it, like the fascism, like the Europe, most of this Europe, they want to, shut people down. You see what I'm saying? If Kamala had won coordinating, like the UK, those people are already shutting people down, going after people on what they are posting. So
and these are the best. These are the country that always lecture people about democracy, about the rules of law and the First Amendment. These are the same country that always lecture.
Well, they don't have freedom of speech.
And they don't have freedoms. And we Americans have found out for the first time, freedom is very limited here. It depends on what you say and when you say and to whom you say it. Exactly. Americans have discovered that, and this is very bad for a country that want to stand on that. I'm very frustrated. Like it's been a week, not even a week, and these people are already there trying to undermine the guy. I'm like, seriously.
Yeah, I don't think it would be like 2016. Let me read this. Chantel, thank you for the super chat. Chantel said, I am really not into politics, but interesting commentary. Chantel, thank you so much for supporting the Afridamos show. Let's make sure, I give you the proper thanks here. All right, thank you, Santel. All right, let's bring in Mark. Mark, one of our leftist correspondent. Let's see what he's got for us. Mark, welcome to the Afridamos Report.
Nah, I wouldn't say I'm a leftist. I'm more of a moderate. Like I'm right smack dab in the middle. I wouldn't say I'm a leftist now.
So Mark,
Not by any means.
what do you make of the greatest political comeback? Donald Trump, he won the electoral college, he won the popular vote. So people are saying, hey, Trump, we want you to go to work, do what you promised to do. So, and now you've got people marching, talking about, oh man, you can't deport people that are illegal. But people gave Trump the power to do this. Can you speak on that?
Well, it's basically practicality over delusion. I mean, what these ultra liberal leftists, don't understand. These tree huggers, hippies, like we saw in the videos that you were displaying. What they don't understand is that you gotta maintain a country. I mean, we're not gonna have a country in a little while. We're gonna be in civil war. I mean, literally, if this inflation doesn't get under control, you got WARs over in Ukraine and Russia, and of course we know about Israel and the Palestinians. So we have to get those things under control. It's practicality. We need somebody in there with a mature, clear mindset that's not delusional, that's not in the land of make believe and into this whole magical thinking, law of attraction type thinking. See, that's what's got this country like this, man.
So
people like Oprah and go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you think this exposed the media and the celebrity worship?
Oh yeah. See, what the mistake that the Dems made, one of the major mistakes that they made is their timing with this whole, Puffy thing. And his baby oil gate, so to speak. Bad timing, man. And then they pulled out the celebrities, to try to sway the vote in their favor in the black community. Bad timing, man, because people's faith in celebrities is waned as a result, man. Well, what they did to Cosby as well, you know what I mean? And the way they made him look and the way they're, just demonizing celebrities. So people aren't, celebrities don't have that swaying power like they used to, man. It's a whole new day. Practicality trumps everything. No pun intended by using the word Trump, but practicality trumps everything when it comes down to it, man. To your pocket,
so let me ask
to prices.
Did you hear about Al Sharpton going to, on his network there at MSNBC? They are accusing black men and Latino men of being the reason, their candidate lost. And they said it's based in misogyny. So how come these people can never accept reality that it has nothing to do with her being a woman? It has everything to do with her not being qualified for the position.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Thomas. The majority of FBA men, quote unquote, black men, come from single parent homes, a lot of us. So we have no problem. We would have had no problem with a woman being president if she was qualified, if she had the right temperament. You understand? So it's not, right. It wasn't that. But one thing we're used to as so-called black men in this country, we're used to being the scapegoat, man.
Right.
When in doubt, blame a black man. That
I
should be
agree
the
with you.
motto. That should be the motto of the liberals, the leftists. When in doubt, blame a black man, because we are always made the scapegoat. And the polls showed that it was really the Latino vote, if I'm not mistaken,
But here's the thing.
that
But
really
don't you
swayed it in
think?
its favor.
But don't you think it's narcissistic to think that people should vote for you based because you put them in this group thing? So now in your mind, they have to vote for you. Like you own that vote. There is no way, they're not voting for you because you are incompetent. They always have to attach identity to it. So do you think if they double down on this, they are going to win any more elections in the long run?
The reality is, and I got to be honest, Afrodamus, us black people, we've been considered the Democrats' political plantation property, man, for the last 60 years, man. It's just the reality. They see us as their plantation property. You noticed how Obama talked to us like,
Oh, I saw that.
you Negroes need to get in line. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's how they see us. So this was very shocking to them. It was very shocking to their psyche. And these people on these videos that you're showing, man, this is scary, man.
Isn't it?
If these people don't get their way, if you choose not to see things the way that they see it, they become fascistic, man.
Oh,
They become violent.
I got more videos. I wouldn't even be able to do those today. Oh man, I got so much material. We would have a field day this next coming months. I'm telling you. Like
But
some of
but
them are crashing out big time. Big time.
these are your school shooters and the people who go into subways and just shoot up the whole place. Those are those people, man. And I believe if they do get back in office, if they happen to win the next election, man, they gonna make us pay. I hate to say it, man.
I don't see them winning anytime soon. But let's bring in questions to ponder. Questions to ponder. Welcome to the Afridamus Report.
Afridamus, fantastic. I was
sorry, you're far from your phone or whatever device you use.
Fantastic. Yeah, I was turning off a fan.
All right. So what do you make of the big landslide, Trump winning the popular vote and also the Electoral College? He's got a mandate.
100%.
People have spoken. America is more red than it's ever been.
No, not since the 80s.
Yes.
Not Reagan.
So now, the liberals are melting, and I suspect. Are you a Kamala light? Are you? Is it a Kamami light or how? Because I don't want to get her name wrong. Would it be a Kamami light?
No, I'm just a regular schmegular citizen who is I'm quite knowledged of just history in general and just this country.
All right. So why do you think the leftists are melting down? They are not accepting the rejection from the voters. And give us your take on why they lost.
They lost as expected. They lost. This was going to happen. People are not being honest because there's that one man who said, "Oh, I've been able to predict the last 8 elections."
Oh yeah.
Right. But here's the thing, Afridamus. So have I. It's not that difficult. It truly is not. Once we came in after Carter, if anybody paying attention after Carter, you can predict every single election just with the information that they are willing to provide. We already knew in 92 that Clinton was going to win. It was already foretold because of the polling and Ross Perot. So these are not surprises. Once we're coming at right now, let's start with Latino men. Let's not forget something, Afridamus. 2000, was not Florida a big situation? You remember?
Yes.
Look at where we are now. From 2000 to now 2024, Trump won by a 14-point margin. How is that? Why is that? You look at demographics, Afrodamus, you're a Black man. You know this culture. You know exactly why Latino men voted the way they did.
Why do you think? I want to hear why you think they
Really?
voted.
Why? Trump did, what did he say about the Mexicans? Look at what Trump did with these Latino countries when he sunned them. These bitches are my sons. Look what he did. And yet they still come out to vote for him. Tony Hinchcliffe, that little court jester, calling Puerto Rico garbage. Puerto Rico
Trump did not.
Trump didn't do what?
Didn't say that.
And he didn't say it. He read it. He knew what they were going to say, Afrodamus.
But do you know this is why Trump actually won? This is not just about Latino.
No, I'll tell you why Trump won.
No, because you know why? Because men and a lot of sane people, we want to be able to have jokes. People need to loosen up and be able to take jokes. Not everything has to be misconstrued and turned into, this big drama. Like men generally, it's not about being Latino.
You think
men
so?
are tired of it. Like men, you just have some of these men pretending in public, but that's not our nature.
That is true.
Like men, we don't want to walk on eggshells around anyone. None of that. And there are plenty of women who also can take jokes. A lot of these jokes that they try to say is offensive. It is not regular people saying it. Regular people will be like, ha, 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 laugh. And then the TV, they go and fabricate this and try to turn it into what it isn't. So this is why they lost. That joke was funny.
Okay,
it was
yes.
funny.
The joke was funny. However,
Yeah, and Puerto Ricans, it did not change. And he said something in a honest way. Puerto Rico is a floating garbage. You can look it up.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
It's a lot of trash there. And
yeah, it's no different than when Africans were coming out pretending to, Trump said Africa is a shithole. Even though none of us ever heard it, it could be made up like the other things. But we all know, like so many people, Africans, we are online,
about making money.
And also pointing out the shittiness of the continent. We point this out. But, God forbid, another human being with eyes, which we have no proof, accused of saying it. Now, all of a sudden, it's bad because the news told us to. All those white anchors pretending to be offended. Ask them which African country they are willing to move to. Ask them. They can give you one. So people are tired of it. People are tired of being lectured to
and
or
not
being
just
treated
that,
like they are dumb.
It's the victimization, and that's I do want to go ahead and touch in that direction. That Marxist trope, the us versus them, when you reduce everything to the class struggle, that is the number one criticism when it comes to Marx.
Right.
You keep reducing everything to class struggle. And the Democrats have used this for a while now. And it's very frustrating because you can keep going back and forth with the rich versus the poor. Let's remember, all of their policies fall directly on the middle class every single time. You can't really go after the billionaires because they're the employers.
Right.
You can't go after the poor because the poor don't pay taxes. They have no money. So each group is already taken care of by the government in some fashion. They receive subsidies. We can call it the billionaire corporate welfare. I've heard that term. That makes sense. They are the employers. And the poor are the poor. They have no money. God bless them. But the middle class, the ones who pay these exorbitant taxes, the middle class who has to brunt all of their policies where you don't qualify for the assistance. They are the groups that really came out and showed today. Because look what happened in Pennsylvania, Afrodamus, with the Amish. I don't know how much you know about what's going on with them.
Oh yeah, like their farms getting burnt and Yeah.
There are farms getting raided, and what's very important, because when you look at white men, white American society, they are the continuous. When you look at the original groups in the United States, it's white people, black people, and the Native Americans. The Amish have been here since the 1700s. They came here seeking refuge from Europe because they don't want to fight. They just want to, Afro-Damas, they keep it real villager. They're God, they work their land, and they make these babies. That's all they want to do.
Right.
For 300 years, no one's been bothering them. Biden administration has been raiding their farms, saying that you are selling, because now they had to engage in business because of all this new regulation.
Yeah, because they've been forced.
They've been forced.
They've
They
been
now have
forced
to
not-
enterprise more.
telling them they can
more in
grow
business.
certain things.
And it's working out for them. They engage in business. People love their butter and buy their pies. But now the government's coming back at them again. They came out in droves to vote. And it's about 70,000 of them. And about half, and they don't even vote. They don't like to participate. They're apolitical. But this administration has put so much pressure. You're having groups that do not customarily vote. They're now coming out to vote. That's the Amish. Number two, let's bring up Michigan. I think you saw what Michael Moore had to say. Michael Moore,
Right.
He does these documentaries and all this stuff. He loves to talk. But this man, he is so deep in Michigan. Remember, he's from Flint.
Right.
Michael Moore, his family are some of the founding members of the UAW. He goes deep in the unions. Where was he for Kamala? How are you, Michael Moore, liberal, blue? How did you even let this happen?
Well, he tried. Here's the thing.
Dearborn, that's the
leverage. The
UAW
leverage.
and the Muslims, which you would think would go liberal, go blue, they did not show out and support in Michigan. This is a
Because
big
people
state.
live in the real world.
Yes, Afro-Damas, excuse me, as you were saying?
No, I was saying because people live in the real world and people vote based on what is right in front of them, their fridge and their table. So, yeah, you can delude people if everything is going good, but if they are seeing it point blank, because Kamala was pretending, they were pretending not to talk about the economy at all. And she said she's going to continue what Joe Biden started. But let's bring in KBM, then we go to way. KBM, welcome to the Afrodamus Report. KBM, I hope you're not going to have a meltdown. Give me a warning.
Oh man, I don't know. Hey, today, or I would say for the past week, man, it's been a great week, and I'm not even a Trump supporter. So, but the one thing I have to reflect on from the previous presidency of this man is that the economy was better. However, I am disappointed in him that he did not enact the Insurrection Act in certain cities that it needed to be done. And if
Trump?
Yeah, Trump.
Well,
So he definitely failed us there, because when he was
came back now, so that could be something.
Well, if it happens again, let's see if he'll actually do it this time, because when he campaigned the first time, one of the main things that he sold Americans on was that I'm going to protect the American people from foreign and domestic. Like, he definitely put that out there so people can get his, give him his vote.
But don't forget, they were undermining him, which is why even Pompeo and Nikki Haley, they got cut. They're not coming back on the team. So take that into account. I think with this time, he's not going to be running again, and he's got the mandate. He got the House, he got the Senate, he got the popular vote and the Electoral College. But do you think the lefties are planning something up their sleeve?
Always. You can always depend on them to do something. They always got something up their sleeve. I mean, if you look at all the Dems in the past since Carter, because that's basically when I used to actually pay attention, and my first vote ever, and it's going to be my only vote, was for Clinton. Basically, back then, the word was, and this is before the internet, you got to vote Dem because Dems are the only ones that are actually going to make the economy good. Jobs are going to be booming. They're going to give out better policies for people's rights and stuff like that. So you believe that based on not actually doing your research. So when he became president and he went ahead and signed off on the NAFTA bill, I had no idea what the NAFTA bill was. They just said it was something good for the country, it's good for Mexico, it's good for Canada. We're all going to prosper from this. What I found out later is this allows companies, when they're doing business in another country, to take advantage. If they get stopped by the government from doing business in another country, they can sue the government, which in turn means all our tax dollars, like there was a Canadian business that came to the States, did some bad business, and he sued the government. That means my tax dollars went to an already billionaire who was actually not doing right, that he was not doing fair business. And then there was an American company that went to Mexico, dumping toxic waste in a fenced area in the desert. The Mexican government went in there to stop them. They sued the Mexican government for $16 million, which means that the taxpayers of Mexico got ripped off. So
it's the whole game.
Yeah. So basically this bill was all drafted by lawyers, by the way. And come to find out, they're the only ones that are really benefiting besides the person who's actually suing the government.
Right.
So a lot of people might think, well, I really don't understand the NAFTA and stuff like that. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't see why it's a big deal. It's definitely a big deal because we're always complaining about where our tax dollars are going. But now this time, the whole North American continent was involved in it. They all signed on to it.
So why do you think the leftists are, losing their mind? You've seen the professor there from Princeton. He said he can't accept that it's about people's pocketbook. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't really know. But one thing I know for sure is that we have a lot of mentally ill people that are in these universities teaching people how to be a certain way, how to vote politically, how to think politically. Okay. And we see the results of that. We have a lot of people who, like myself, back in 1993 or so, when I voted for Clinton, who didn't do any research, and I'm not a political person. I really don't like getting into these conversations, but at this point in time, with what happened, the last time that he was president, we had a good economy. I didn't vote for him, but we had a good economy. The last year sucked, with the whole COVID thing, as well as all the insurrections that were going on across the United States. He didn't do anything about it. So I was pissed off about that. But these leftists, if you don't do your research on something that you really care about, which these leftists seem to care about, right? And they're making all these meltdown videos. How come they didn't actually do the research and find out who Hitler really was, who Mussolini really was, all right, who anybody really is, and try to actually, when they use terms, they don't even know what the meaning of the words that they're even using. I had an English professor one time say, if you don't know what a word means, don't use it in your vernacular, because it makes you look stupid, because everybody's watching and some people actually know what it means.
Exactly.
So I'll let somebody else go, but
yes, let's bring in Gwe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kebia.
Yeah.
Gwe, if you're gonna have a meltdown, give me a warning.
Who, me? Oh no, I've been celebrating.
Gwe, you seen the lefties losing it?
Yes,
what do you want to say to them?
That has been entertaining. Oh my God, to watch them meltdown like that. It has been very entertaining. I've been watching it, and it's just crazy the way that they are behaving.
Well, don't worry. I'll be feeding you guys a lot more of it. Every time I think about it, I'll just upload them. Get you guys going. Because you see, like these people, for instance, like why do you think they lost, bigly like this?
Because they're out of touch with reality. Most of the pundits that sit on MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, the liberal pundits, these are people who does not even know what a common man is going through at all. They have no idea. That's what you see when the lady on MSNBC told Joe Scarborough that he thought butter was $3, and the lady said no, it's $7. He was like, oh, is that wrapped in gold or something? That just tells you how out of touch that he is. He doesn't know, there's somebody that shop for him. He probably have a maid or house person in the house that does that. So he don't know that. So how can he relate to the average American who got to work 9 to 5, and a 9 to 5 job cannot even pay the rent. They just living paycheck to paycheck and managing how to pay the rent, how to put food on the table, how to do things for their kids, and stuff like that. So they're completely, and besides, they lie too much.
And are you a Joy Reid fan? Do you see the
Oh,
work?
I'm miserable. Oof, you don't want to know what I call her when I'm not online. Oh my God. I dislike her. I despise that woman. I just think she is just a two, those are the house Negroes,
Yeah.
they keep them, the plantation masters keep them employed so that they can tell average black who are suffering to keep voting for the Democratic Party, even though for the past 50 or 60 years they haven't improved these people's life.
Well,
So
they're blaming black men and Hispanics of being
I'm glad black and
misogynist. Well,
Hispanic men are standing up, because black and Hispanic men, first of all, Hispanics men does not believe in abortion. Most of them are Catholics. They have to, and when you look at it, the three group of women, let's just say the black, the Hispanic, the white, among those three demographic, black people abort their kids more than anybody else. Over 1 million black babies are aborted every year.
right.
Okay. So then it's white women before you even come to Latinos. Latinos are not going to the abortion clinic, even though the abortion clinic is in their community. But those people are not running to the abortion clinics a lot. Most of them, they have their kids. That's why you see they were able to come to America and surpass the black, because the blacks are only 13%. Can you imagine if they had kept the 1 million babies that they are born every year? There'll be more than the Latinos,
Right.
but they're not, and the people don't believe in transgender, they don't believe in homosexual, they don't believe in all that men can play in women's sports, they don't believe in any of those things. Those are against a lot of people value system. There's
Right.
no way there's no liberal or Democrat that can get me to understand that part. I just can't, because it's totally against my moral values. It's my system, my moral value system. Like, because I can't see how you can think it's okay for men to play in women's sports.
Yeah,
These people are
but
still
remember,
walking
they
around.
don't know what a woman is.
Exactly. So these are men that still walking around with the nuts between their legs and talking about their women just because they can't compete among men. So they go so that they can be able to dominate women's sports. And nowadays they don't even have to be they don't even have to transition. They can just say, oh, I'm trans, and they're allowed to go in women locker rooms. They
Well,
can allow to go in
Gwen, I was, the way it was going, I was planning on entering the weightlifting competition.
Oh my God. It's the boxing one that just had me. Oh my God. Like, I was watching like the female boxing thing through my fingers. I swear I just couldn't imagine they had men in there that was beating up women. And these women who been fighting for this femininity and women right, they have sat there and allowed men to trick them into thinking that they are women so they can come and beat them up.
Yeah,
You
and,
know,
and and also they are going into female prisons. They,
and raping.
yeah,
You're getting a bunch of female prisoners pregnant. I thought you said they were women. So,
exactly.
a lot of the stuff that the left stand for these days is just not, a lot of people, a lot of Americans does not stand for that. They just going through.
Back in the days when I worked in the prison, even if you say there was one guy who went through all that. He had like the breast and everything were hackies. So, like in the summer, because people would be jogging
Right.
in the yard. So he's in the male prison, would be running. No, he's a man. Take the shirt off, but he's already got like the female breast. My God, like all these inmates, I've seen them. They stand around and actually enjoy it. But
Oh
yeah,
my God.
yeah. I mean,
So like, I just think that the left went too far, and the elitism from the left. Oh my God. They are very like, oh, let me talk down to you. Let me tell you what's best for you.
well,
Like,
they're still doing it. They are
That's what I'm
still telling
saying.
people. Yeah.
And they still haven't learned. So they decide to double down on saying that, oh, we lost because of sexism, racism. I guess everybody is Nazis, everybody is, a racist, everybody is, a vast majority of the country that is, a whole bunch of different nationality, you know, or racist, sexist, homophobic, or whatever else terminology these people want to use, because they can't get through the skull that, how can we not listen to them?
So
They're
you
not.
mean, are you telling me you weren't convinced by
Hell no.
Cardi B or Beyonce?
Afrodamas.
Oh, Beyonce.
Why would I go listen to Cardi B? Is a hoe. What
What
she
about
needs to go be
and
slimed as a hoe.
Beyonce?
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. So I don't really, me, I like some of her songs, but like the way people are like obsessed with her and stuff like that, I'm not.
You know
So
what Kamala did? Kamala Kamala came and snitched on these people. He exposed them. Tell us you on the Diddy list without telling us.
Usher. Remember when he was on the View and he said he's not. Everybody go vote for who you want to vote for. And like
Right.
they saw his video with Puffy, and they was like, "You better endorse
Yeah,
really quick, or you will leak this
they
video."
called him. They're like,
And yes, and he
Usher?
was on the trail. I think like the next day or the next 2 days, he was on that trail talking about vote for Kamala. So like
You know
a lot of
why? They called him
who,
by his government name. You know what? They're like, is this Usher Raymond? He's like,
yes,
oh, holy
yeah,
smokes. When
so a
he
lot of
heard
these
Usher
people
Raymond,
too.
they're like, he's like, this is serious business. They're like, Usher,
Yeah,
Mr. Raymond, we need you on the trail. We watched the Diddy tape. He said, oh, no, don't say it.
I'll be
I'll
there.
be there.
It's like I'll be there, but none of that work. That just tell you
But it
nowadays.
didn't work. It didn't work.
Nowadays, like celebrities don't mean nothing. Nobody listening to celebrities. A bunch of them they're just cowards. These are people who want to use their fans to support something that would be very detrimental to their own fans. Because Taylor Swift don't have to worry about how much groceries cost. Puffy, Usher, Beyonce, and all these people, they don't have to worry about that. But they would tell the average voter who working 9 to 5 that they should go vote for the Democrat, even though these people have turned into the party of war, parading around with Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney, what belong under the Guantanamo prison. That's where the both of them belong. So it's like you cannot make it up, because they just like anybody who listening to them, the left these days, are not, very strong people, weak-minded. That's why you see the people know what they're doing, Afrodamas. That's why you think they keep the inner city school system poor, keep it with all type of transgenderism and all kind of stuff that would not even, help these people. Most of the boys graduating can't even read at a third grade level, but meanwhile their kids is in private school. They ain't got to worry about somebody teaching them about transgenderism and showing them how to get fellatio in a book and all of that stuff. They ain't got to worry about that. You think Sonny worry about her kids going to the inner city school? No, they're in private school, so they're not
Yeah,
teaching them that.
yeah, it's like deliberately dumbing down,
Exactly.
other people.
The only thing I can figure out is how can blacks like keep voting for them for the past 70 years, and these people haven't done nothing to better your life. You'll see,
Brainwashing.
oh, they got Stockholm syndrome. That's what I think. That
Well,
plantation, the
because
Democrats are more Dixie crack than it was back in the day. They just found a different way to leash these people. And it's through the educational system, like Hillary said, you keep them dumb and they will keep voting for you. So I mean,
The Democrats have not moved this far left until Obama. It wasn't like this before.
yes, Obama
This wasn't
completely destroyed them.
left.
I think, in fact, I'm glad you transitioned to that, and we'll make that the last topic to handle.
for
Do
anybody
you
to be
guys
listening to half breed is just crazy.
foresee, because the leftists are doubling down on their wokeism?
That's okay. They'll crash out.
Yeah. So what do you think the future holds for them? I mean, because I know, like today, Kamala's ex campaign person was talking about Biden should resign so that Kamala can be the president. And
That's just stupid.
yeah, like
Joe
so
Biden was already mad that they tried to push him out. Why do you think he did a big FU to them when he picked Kamala? He knew she couldn't win.
right.
There's,
Because
there is infighting
money in the
Afrodamus,
election where she didn't even
and
get
also-
one vote.
And also, Afrodamus, there's a chance that Biden probably, I know this may sound bad, he may have sabotaged because of what they did to him, because it was technically a coup.
Yes,
That's
not
right.
technically, it is a coup.
It
did
is a
do that.
coup.
He
But
did
these are the
do
people
that.
that will tell you about democracy, and they're forgetting to know that America is not like, I don't know how many times you have to hear that word, democracy, democracy. America is not a democracy. America is a constitutional republic. So when you,
Right.
anytime you hear that, I just be like,
there needs to be an understanding of what democracy is. Most people don't
well,
understand.
if we look at the definition, you know, I mean, I don't know what they're talking
By
about.
definition is the mob. Literally, it's mob rule.
Right.
So what you are seeing is democracy. This is what it does. It will eat itself out. The Democrats, of course, look how they call themselves democratic, which is an adjective. That's not a noun. The Democratic Party, where the Democratic, no, you are a Democrat. They change words, change definitions. They make things up as they go along. Remember, mob rule is majority. So whatever the most say, the minority has to play, or you will be physically attacked. We have seen this throughout history, Afrodamus.
Well, I mean, we have videos, and you know, we would do those video series here.
Yeah, Alpadamus.
People get, we're talking, people are getting attacked
They will
physically.
physically attack.
These people have not. They have not said their
I
last
saw the
word.
lady that got arrested, the white
That is
lady that got
democracy.
arrested.
And also,
when she went
Afrodamus,
in-
understand something. With democracy demands an educated demos, the body, the electorate.
Yeah, but they are telling you they're educated.
Right.
Education doesn't. You don't only receive education sitting in a classroom. You've seen
the
this-
education is
this
done.
professor.
They are indoctrinating. They're not
It's not education, it's indoctrination.
A private school kid, an immigrant. If you're an immigrant, depending on where you come from, there's a good chance you're going to be in private school education. Depending, you may never see public school, so you're not going to understand until you are an adult the type of indoctrination that occurs. What's been going on now, especially since the Bush, and Bush tried, nothing against him and his wife. What they enacted was No Child Left Behind, which was just to be accountable. So we're going to test your students, and the quality, the testing, which is just a baseline, that will determine federal funding. That's what
Yeah,
they
but Bush, Clinton, Obama, all of these people, this is an end of an era. These are the neocons.
Yeah,
This
we
is
tired
why
of
Trump
them.
is not allowing, Pompeo or Nikki Haley. Look at how Nikki Haley in the last
Look at what she was
stretch of
doing.
the
That's fake
election tried to
two-face.
undermine.
Yes.
So this is the end. This
So
is an end to a dynasty because when
Afrodamus,
people-
do you know what you're talking about right now? You're talking about the end of Reagan. Do you really see what you're saying right now? Because Reagan with Bush to Clintons get along fantastic.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is
With
Obama,
George W.
Obama,
Obama
right?
is with them. Obama's a
Obama infiltrated.
Yes, he did.
And clearly, this is the agenda, the 16-year plan, and we see how it got escalated because Trump is an outsider.
Correct.
Trump is an outsider. He came in, he forced their hand. So that's why we're seeing exactly what is going on. Look at Obama when he was president. I voted for Obama, right? But I thought he was going to do something. But I started thinking to myself, okay, this guy said he's the president, but under him, that's when black people were more brutalized. Police tapes, black people getting shot. This is to me, this is a psyop. Like if you look at the shooting in South Carolina, Dylan Roof, all those because it's like psyop to keep black people in line. It's fear. But Obama, he went there. What did he do? for blacks. He didn't do anything. He just sang.
He sang. But
He sang a song about the
anything though.
yeah.
Let it be a lesson. Even back in 07, 08, I noticed that, and I told my mother. She got very angry with me. Obama was not saying anything.
No, he wasn't. Even Trayvon Martin, what did he say? It's like, if I
He
had
looks
a
like my son. He
would
looks
like
like him. But
like,
look
what
what
the
happened with Trayvon. Yeah.
Afrodamus, you remember when he turned against his own reverend in Chicago?
Yes.
Yes, that was the day like black people really got tired of him. And
because they
2000,
told him he had.
and then when he went to Africa, the first trip he took to Africa in Kenya and Senegal,
Yes.
you know, that right there, you know, a lot of Muslims. I was in Chicago. I lived in Chicago around that time when he won. You know, a lot of Muslims turned their back on Obama. They were like, "No, we're done with this guy." Even 2012, a lot of people didn't believe he could win. You know, but you know, black people were so adamant about the dude, but Africans, we were not buying what Obama was selling because that guy, obviously, if you look at it, the guy is not an African.
No,
it's not an African. But you know, he pretend to be using that just to win black people's vote. And his wife did a pretty good job of telling him, "Go tell these people that your father abandoned you, so they will be they will get closer to you because they have a shared experience." So Obama used that as well. When in fact he knows his father never abandoned him. His father went back to Africa.
Obama's father
You know,
never abandoned him. You know that, right? His father was always involved. You know the story.
yeah, there's a lot of when I listened to it, I sat down and I listened to it, and I was like, no, as an African who had the opportunity to come to America, this is now in our culture to abandon our seed like that. Africans don't do it like that. So the guy is not going to go back to Kenya and say, you know what, F this kid, I don't care. You know, even if the father doesn't want to be around the child, at least the child is going to be around the family.
He was
He's going to be around the family.
Hold on. He was raised in
Indonesia,
Indonesia and Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah. And he had it in Barry. He was called Barry.
Barry Soetoro, the father.
Right.
Yeah, Barry Soetoro. But the problem with African Americans in America is that there is no respect on being an African American because they like to claim anything. You know, somebody gets some type of drop of blood in them and they start running talking about the African American.
Come on, Quay. Let's not get into it.
They start talking about all these half breeds.
Hey, Afrodamus, can I ask you a question, Afrodamus? What does Trump
running around here talking about they're black? You see some of them, they look white, and they'll tell you on that mugshot, they tell them they're black. You know, so it's like if they will stop just claiming all these people and just take them for what they are. Obama is half biracial. How can you say he's black? Kamala don't even have one drop of black in her, and they're running around here talking about she a black woman
because she went to Harvard University.
We didn't.
And she watched Kamala Green in the bathtub. What?
Right. No, I had a question for you.
Of course, it's evident that we didn't believe that she was black. But I wanted to ask you, Afrodamus, what does Trump, becoming president mean for Africa? Because the leftists and the liberals have been trying to pump this whole BLT sandwich community thing over there, like mad.
Great question. Now they don't have to be forced to eat that BLT sandwich anymore, and there's peace coming. So, because Trump is all about America first. So,
about the money.
When it create peace, in the world.
That's what I keep telling people that they're trying to fearmonger and say, it's going to be like the Klan. He's not going to even be thinking about us. FBAs or Africans, believe me. He's got bigger fish to fry.
You're always separating people by group. We don't care. If you come to this country and you are a naturalized citizen, or you're a citizen, or you got a green card, and you're an American.
I'm just saying my point is that he's not going to be concerned with us as black people, whatever you want to call us, whatever group you want to break us up into. Gway, relax, sweetheart.
I don't put myself in category. I just see myself as an American.
Relax, sweetheart. I'm not trying to be divisive. I'm not trying to be
Mac,
divisive. I'm
Mac, that
just
was
trying to show
yeah,
that.
Putting
yeah,
people in
sure.
groups and stuff.
Right, Alpha Damas. So wouldn't that be like when he said, as a president elect, I'm gonna end the war between Russia and Ukraine. As a president elect. So he
Yes.
has like what, less than 2 months to make it happen before becoming even a president. So what does that mean for Africans?
Putin already.
Right. He's talking about it.
We're
Even the
talking about
Europeans, they
look,
had a
the
summit.
Houthis,
Yeah, right.
the Houthis are ready for peace. You know what that means? That means, things are gonna go back to normal where
Almost.
prices would be,
Yeah.
because the fact is the Houthis wouldn't be trying to bomb the shipping lanes in the Suez Canal, because it's very weird how everything was going good. The moment Biden and Harris took over, all of a sudden these people started these shenanigans, and now
Yeah.
Trump comes, they are like, oh, we're ready to make peace. So
Right.
yes, that would be good for
That
African
w-
nations. African nations would be left alone,
right.
and
Even
from then on,
Hamas,
And
you
that
know,
would be
yeah,
the first task. That
that's
would
for
be the
their own.
first task to even put the leftists at ease, right? As a president elect, if
yes,
he's
because
able
it's
to
good.
end that war, that
Yes,
means
he
that
also
he kept his promise.
Yes,
You
St.
know,
James. He's
yeah.
also going to be, bullying NATO, which is good
Absolutely.
for the Sahel
Which is
country,
good.
Absolutely.
which is good
Absolutely.
for
After that, have you
even
seen the
Africa,
movement?
because
Have you seen the movement of soldiers from North Korea going to Russia?
yes,
Yes,
What does that mean?
that means that
they'll go back to North
Who's
Korea.
going next after the Korean? Who's going to Russia next? China.
Nobody.
China,
And when China goes in there, what we got?
Third World War.
Thank you. People don't even read that. People are so dumb. And even here in Colorado, I tell Africans, look at the movement of Korean going to Russia.
Yeah, the monkey
So
thing.
do you know who's coming next? Who's going there next? Russia. It's China. If China goes there next, what do we have?
Yeah.
Wait, you
Afrodamus, not to not
China and Russia. How
no
much
offense to any of the women on the panel, but
China?
could you
Afrodamus, James, in
Hold on,
regards
guys.
to
Guys,
Russia and
one microphone. Who's going?
China entering Russia? Wait, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, St. James and Afrodamus. Are you both referring to invasion or
No,
them?
not an invasion. Going to support Russia.
So yeah, Iran, China, Russia. 100%.
Right. Right. The Koreans North Koreans are already going to Russia.
With Israel.
They're already training.
They already got there. They already got to Russia. God knows what they are doing. Maybe they're already fighting.
Afrodamus,
Alongside the
could you
Russian
imagine?
soldiers.
Could you imagine if Kamala had been elected president, her sitting down with Putin, with Xi Jinping?
She couldn't even sit down with
Could you
Fox
imagine
News,
that?
bro. She can't even sit down with
They
Fox
would eat her.
News.
They would eat her for lunch, man. They would have her lunch, man.
She can't even sit with Fox News, bro.
Exactly.
Matt,
It's just
you
not
said-
practical. These people don't think practically.
Wait,
They're delusional and they are
let's see
engaged
what
in
Kamala
magical
says.
thinking.
Poor hubby. Poor hubby.
Not
Yes, that's what she would do with Putin.
Vladimir will probably be saying that look how far America has fallen. That's what
You know, Putin. I clean my greens in a tub, and the FBA's taught me that, Putin. Yeah.
You guys are something
Hey,
else.
y'all got jokes, man. Y'all got jokes, man.
Mag, you were saying something about, you said the women what?
No, I was going to say no offense to the women on the panel, because there are a lot of women that I believe are actually, that would be capable, competent enough to sit down with Putin and
Absolutely.
Xi.
Look.
But it's just her in particular. It's just her in particular. That's what I wanted to make clear.
I haven't seen one yet, so I don't know.
What's
That's
that?
what we
You
were
remember?
getting.
You know that lady that was the mayor of Atlanta.
Well, Hillary.
She's a good candidate.
No,
you remember her,
look,
Afrodamus?
Here's the thing.
Hillary can't do nothing.
Here's the
She
thing,
gave
like
Vladimir a
this
button,
woman-
but she put the wrong thing on
She
the button.
Hillary she probably has a lot in common with Putin and Xi. She wears a jock strap, things like that. So
You know
she
Putin.
can relate.
You know Putin got tapes, right? You got tapes too, man.
Of what?
My
You said
God.
he got tape, St. James?
Oh man, well, that's what the leftists were saying in 16, right? You
Oh
remember
yeah.
that?
Don't hey,
Look,
don't tell me he's a part of baby oil gate now.
okay.
The first Republican to win the popular vote in 20 years. Just to go
I'm
ahead,
glad we did.
just to
Right.
let
I'm so
you
happy
know,
we did. So
just
that way
to
the left is not running around here talking about, oh, they only want the electoral college.
312 electoral college vote. It is a solid
That's
man.
impressive. That's impressive.
Every state, he won every state below the Mason-Dixon line. That is the
Look,
Yep.
look. If
clear
you look
house.
at it, it's like even I think even the black women vote number, they might. I
92%
think
Alpha talk
no,
about it.
no, St. James. I think they inflate.
9% of women
No.
voted for Trump
I think they
are black
inflated
women.
it, man. Because St. James, if not as many black women, because they like to crash hard. We're not seeing their videos. There's few of them. These are all white leftists. So these black
Oh, did
women
you
that
see the black
voted.
girl that was yelling and screaming in the car, talking about why,
Oh no,
do
why?
you
Yeah, but
But she's
I,
a
I
Motisa. What do you call her?
yeah,
Aphrodite call them Motisas.
yeah, I am yet. Like there are some of the Boule blacks who are sad,
Yeah,
but
those are sellouts.
they're saying 92%. I mean, I don't know. Maybe in the next few years we
Yeah,
will start seeing,
the
but
number
I'm
is too
not
high.
seeing. Yeah, it's high, and we're not hearing anything from the
I
black
don't think it
women.
was 92 though. I think it was like 89% of
Yeah,
women
we're
that
not
came.
hearing from them. That makes me suspicious.
There was a lot of blacks that stay home. A lot of people didn't come out to vote.
Well, Tariq was telling them to vote for
Yes,
Powell.
Afrodamus. Remember Afrodamus. Biden won 81 million votes.
Well,
81
20 million disappeared this time. They can't
Exactly.
find
That's
it. Did they
where did
evaporate?
everybody go? Because Trump is still about 75 million. Kamala is at 70 million. Biden at 81. So there's 10 million Democrats. Remember, 10 million Democrat votes are not accounted for. So you still have to wonder about that.
Well, I think last I
They
checked,
ain't gonna find
it
out.
was at 15. That's why they were telling Trump if he dare says anything back in
And
2020, asking where did the votes go, they would lock him up.
No, Alpha Biden is the happiest person in America.
Oh, I've seen
oh
I
my
it.
mean,
God, did you
you
see
see
him
when
shredding the
when he
podium?
completed, he made a statement the other day. He was smiling, and
Yes.
I'm
He
like,
was
dude,
shredding that
that guy is
podium.
happy, man. It's like
Have you
Obama,
guys
f you.
have you guys noticed Biden, right? He started went away. His speech was straight, and he was
Yes.
smiling. I was like,
Yeah,
what
I saw that
happened?
too.
Have you
Right?
guys noticed?
Yeah, I seen it.
He wasn't at the campaign party either. He has
Right.
literally stopped communicating with not just Pelosi. I don't know if you saw what Pelosi said, Afrodamus.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi is
He
a
has
witchcraft. Like that
He
woman.
hasn't said anything to Kamala, and also Afrodamus. Think about his relationship with the Obamas now.
Yeah, it's not there.
Well, they backstabbed him.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
People voted for him. Nobody voted for her.
And
You know?
also his wife Jill Biden wore like Supergirl saying
She
she
wore
wore
red.
red.
Yes, she
Yeah,
did.
That was a sign.
She was
when he called her race, when she called Joe Biden racist on the stage. Yeah.
and
Joe wasn't
you guys
happy
didn't
about
know
that.
this. You guys didn't know this. Jill Biden, she called. She's
She
like,
wore
Africanus,
red.
can I borrow your sweater? I was like, I need it, girl.
She was like, "This is gonna be a red day for America."
Exactly. The
Yeah,
tsunami took over.
yeah. She said, "Okay, you guys get to see the point, right? I'm wearing red today just to let you know. Me and my husband inside the White House, we are with you guys, but we're just gonna throw out the sign for you guys to see. We can't speak now."
Yeah, and
Do you guys think?
Joe Biden told her, and Joe Biden said, remember when he told them that she can't beat Trump, only him can beat Trump. So now he proved them right.
Afrodamus. To what librarian Guas said, Kamala did not win one county over Biden. She didn't win anything.
Yeah, no, she didn't.
She did not improve not
She did not
one
perform
county in the United States. So technically, Biden was correct because she didn't. She didn't. I mean, essentially, she didn't win, and she didn't even improve.
No, no, no,
Prior, yeah, you guys are talking. Prior to her even becoming the VP, right? They forced that lady to Biden. You remember that, right?
Right.
Yes, because the
Forced
black
that lady to Biden. That was not a choice.
he had to promise that he was going to pick a black person
Right.
first. So they
Absolutely.
put him that role. Yeah, so
That's what they do there.
So I think he went with her instead of
They
going
hurt
with
themselves. This right here, this is the end of the Obama era because clearly Obama is
He
showing.
should have picked Michelle.
I'm so happy for that,
Look,
Afrodamus.
that's
Personally,
the end. I think even Michelle would have lost. The black people are just done with the Obamas.
both of them.
But I still think Michelle would have performed better though than her.
Yeah.
I think Michelle Obama is more likable than Kamala.
No, she would have taken that L as well, man.
Yeah, but I think Michelle would have lost too, man. Do you see how crazy even Michelle is talking, coming out of her garden, Martha's Vineyard? They're looking rough. Big Mama Michelle has been eating lots of ribs over there. Like,
Really, you have to go there. What's with all that? Afrodamus.
I was gonna say
Afrodamus,
I'll be nice.
Afrodamus, I think.
Afrodamus,
I
remember
think-
what you just said regarding the neocons? Think about this. Vance is 40 years old. Tulsi is 40 years old. They are the new kids. These are the two born under Reagan. So they don't know, like you said, the neocons, like anybody else, they didn't grow up under this.
Right.
Vance and Tulsi are Clinton kids. They're 90s kids and 80s babies. So you're going from Trump, who is a boomer, the oldest president ever elected. His VP is a 40-year-old born in 1984. That means you now, and Tulsi is also like 83, 84. So you go from a boomer to the millennials. No Gen X. So
Gen
no
X is voted for him big time.
No neocons, like you said. Clinton was the first baby boomer president, and Trump is the last. We're skipping Gen X, going straight to millennials. And just like you said, no more neocons. And what Trump did actually proves what you just said. Because now with this new team, these new young people, 40, 41, there are no neocons. They don't know what neocons are. They're not.
And they don't want to go. They're going to go dying for nothing.
All they know is Clinton, which was probably their first election, or Bush was their first election, George W. And then Obama. And we're not, and like you said, no more neocons. So it's now a fresh, new, like this is new government. This is the end of 40 years of Reagan. It is like a whole new world. So it's very interesting, some of the things that you're saying right now, because it proves a new revelation that this really is a new age, new era. Trump is not even a politician. You have a New York businessman and two millennials, and Elon Musk, the South African. And Dana White.
Afrodamus. I think your moderator, Supergirl. I think she needs to be the first female president. I know that she gave you a $20.
Chantel did too.
Yeah, and I don't want to get kicked off the show today. That last time she hit you with that $20 and she kicked me off the show.
Yeah,
so I would vote for her. Yeah, I would vote for her as the first woman president. Yeah, I'm tap dancing a little. Yeah, put on the clip. I'm tap dancing. Yeah,
you know it's
sure enough.
I can do some shuffling too. Look out, man, what you gonna do? Look out, boys, it's coming through. Yeah, man, Boy, he got educated feet.
Supergirl, I'm tap dancing for you, girl. That's me.
Afrodamus, what do you think about the interview that Cat Williams had with Shay Shay, right? Talking about all these celebrities. Right. Don't you think everything is about right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So that video, I was thinking about it. I was like, this guy already predicted things.
Yeah, he didn't tell no lie in that video. He said everything but the truth. It just exposed these celebrities and
they made a fool out of himself
that they into in Hollywood, the things they do to one another.
Right.
Right now it's Diddy, but if I was Diddy, I tell you, I would be snitching up a storm. I'm not going down by myself.
they
I
already
will call everybody
it
out.
got defaced.
Paul Davis is the
wait.
one that told me a lot of that stuff that he knows.
Diddy is going to get a deal. People are talking about him. He's going to get a big deal. They're not looking for Diddy. They're looking for something else.
But
So
how
Diddy is
did
going to.
Cat Williams know all this? You know, I
Because
was
he's in
listening to
Hollywood.
this, right? The podcast.
Right.
It was wild. Like
It was. Yeah.
I was in Africa. I'm walking through this
Yes.
market, you know,
Right.
and I got my headphone
Listening,
on, and I'm laughing. The people are looking at me like, "What the hell is this
man.
guy laughing?"
That was one of the
I was
biggest shows.
walking. I was watching it. I was listening to it live, walking.
Right.
I was like, "Oh my God, this
That was one of the biggest interview of 2024.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
And all
yeah,
these celebrities
it
now,
got more
when
weight.
they
He
come
said-
out, even when they come out now, they know they have no impact. All you have to do is stick to your expertise. If you are a comedian, stick to that. If you are a movie star, just keep doing what you do. You can give your opinion about politics, but don't be the attack dog. Look at the Charlemagne and all these people they are sending to attack Trump.
Did you guys see Charlemagne?
Yes, look at
guys. I'm going
360.
to play Charlemagne. Don't worry,
360.
I saw your
I'm
clip.
going to bring Charlemagne's videos. You guys are going to. You wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
What after Kamala, I knew when Kamala came and gave her concession speech, she sounded like she'd been drinking a lot of Chardonnays and crying her eyes out. You know, I'm like,
No, she was glad she didn't have to act black anymore. She was euphoric.
you know what, Mac,
She was euphoric, man.
Mac, you know what? I think Kamala actually felt relief. You're correct.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
I
she
think
was
she felt
euphoric.
relief. Like, hey, I don't
You
have
can
to
see it in her
black.
face.
Yeah, I don't have
Mhm.
to act black. I don't have to act.
I can go back and
anymore.
Curry, whatever, you know, like she's happy. I was doing this for a minute and I almost got caught.
Yeah.
You know, Alpha Damas, look at this shit, right? And Mark is here, he's Black American, right? I have a question for you. Why they always send black men to attack? Why are you guys the one always being picked for that? You look at the prosecutor in New York, the one in Georgia, the Charlemagne they got. What?
Because these are weak
I'm
ass
gonna
men.
tell you a secret, St. James.
Okay, go ahead.
Black men, us Black American men, we are the lowest on the totem pole in this society. I'm gonna give you the hierarchy. What I believe is the hierarchy of the U.S. First, you have the BLT sandwich community on top.
God no.
And
I agree. I agree.
the Transformers, they are the pinnacle or at the top of that particular cadre.
The white ones, though. Only the white ones.
Yeah, exactly. Then after that, you have straight white males. Then you have straight white females. Then you have other immigrants, I would say. And then you have Black American women. And down at the bottom, wouldn't you know, us Black American men. So it's something we're used to. Like we're being scapegoated for the Democratic Party losing. It's something we're used to. It's something we can shoulder because we're used to it. You know what I mean? It's business as usual. Huh?
You know, I said men saved the country this time, you know, because there was a whole bunch of young men.
Say that again, Gway. I didn't understand.
Men saved the country this time for no lunatics, you know. This election, men saved the country.
Yeah,
You know,
I would say so.
Trump than any other group, you know.
Yeah, I would say so.
And especially Black men, Hispanic men, younger generation men, like this.
See, that's what they're so worried about. They're so worried about that hierarchy changing, like the BLT sandwich community not being at the top any longer. That's what they're worried about with Trump. That's what they're really worried about.
No, Charlemagne need to worry. Charlemagne need to worry about all the things he did, right? Because you messing with power, you know. If they're sending you as an attack dog, right? Look at Trump. He has goons. He has all the techniques. He has the IRS. Are you going to be able to protect yourself if these people come for you? Don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. These people want you to vote for them. Tell me you will be voting, but I'm not going to be used for that.
Yeah, but then he will lose his livelihood.
Right. I'm not going to be used for that.
The Stephen A. Smith, all these people can't say the truth because they will lose their livelihood.
Right.
They're not gonna they'll not stay long on that job. They'll do everything to get Charlemagne out of there. That's when you see his sexual cases that have been charged against him will come back up. All these things will start popping back up. So he can't do that. But instead of say that, they always pretend like they care for the average men and women than their own livelihood. No, when Stephen A. Smith
Man, guys, don't spoil it. We would have
Right.
Charlemagne's
No,
360 degree here.
right.
What he's doing.
Yeah,
You guys will
that's
not look. This should teach black people a lesson. Like, if these people are willing to crash out like this, like totally mislead you, and then do a 360.
Yeah,
I mean, like they literally were walking you, down the cliff. But when it fails, now they're like, oh no, Charlemagne is now saying he got misled.
Yeah.
Alpha for Charlemagne, you have to say 365, man, because he had to fire more because that guy runs so quick, so we couldn't measure these steps. So you gotta say 365.
Why is he pretending like?
No, that's the
people
style.
have not been seeing his videos. He's playing He's playing dumb.
He doesn't take a black Well, he doesn't take like even everybody here in America seriously.
Charlemagne is a hustler.
They don't take people. There is a hustler. They're trying to make some money, but some black Americans always feel like, okay, these guys, they are in our group. When you see black Americans speak, oh, they are in our group. These people are not in your group.
Okay,
they don't have your best interest at heart.
But
we're realizing that. We're realizing that now, St. James.
Are you familiar with the RNC chairman from a few years back, Michael Steele? He's a black.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, he's made some comments. The Republicans gave him hell. They were very difficult.
Yeah, but Michael Steele is a total
turncoat.
I mean, they.
I mentioned
he's a sellout,
the Republican Party does not necessarily have the best history of reach out to Black America.
Yes, they don't.
No, that's true. But what I'm saying is, right? I remember when I took government class before. I mean, this was in the 13th grade. So I realized, the Democratic platform and the Republican platform is the same. So I think you guys are confusing. These are the establishment, is the uni party. A lot of these people you calling Republicans are not Republicans. They are rhinos. These people.
Yeah, they're rhinos.
Because think about it. Look at all these people. They came together against Trump. So Trump brought them out of the shadows.
Yes.
Show you who is who. So because like with Trump, I'm like Trump. The same. That's how I fight. Like I would bring all my enemies out of the shadow. I'm not leaving anybody behind. I want you to know where I stand, and I want to know where you stand. So we stand there and look at each other. You see, that's what he did.
He's a New Yorker from Queens.
Yeah. So these people you've seen, Michael Steele's, all of this, they are the establishment. So Trump's fight is not about confusion and sometimes you pretending you're on my side or you're not. No, I would drag you out to show. No, you are either for me or you're not.
And even the so-called Republicans then that were the neocons or the old guard or whatever you call them, a lot of them didn't even win the re-election.
Right?
A lot of people didn't vote for them. So it's like that part of the Republican Party has to die off. The neocons gotta go. Sending people, children to go die for nothing worse, or because you're making money and business out of it, is just completely soulless. So they need to go. And nobody will be voting for them. We're waiting for Lindsey Graham to get voted out. He needs to go. Because he's from, I think, Alabama or something.
He's from South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Okay,
I don't think people realize how big this win is, because if you look at it, like even in California,
he won't speak in
California, like the blue side, only a small portion is left. Republicans,
Flip the
they
whole thing.
win in there. Gascon, the
Yeah, they kick him
leftist,
out.
the radical, they kicked him out.
Yes.
Obviously, it's turning out the people in California, they do not want criminals to get away with crimes.
And all the businesses are closing down because he can't get crime under control, and he's
Well,
not charged
because
enough.
because you can steal. It's just like where I live. You are allowed to steal up to $1,000, and it wouldn't be a felony.
Same here.
And
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
really want
people.
to-
I've gone to stores. I've gone to store and I've seen, thieves with their list. They're counting how much and then they would walk out with their shopping carts. Walking out, and security see them. They're not allowed to touch them.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not allowed to touch them. So people in California, like LA, they're like, hey, we've had enough.
You know
We've
where
had
they're
enough
going
of it.
when they leave? They come in my state. My state is California Minimina.
Yeah.
And some of them are bringing the degeneracy here. Trust me. I'm like, okay, you know what? You guys love California so much, but you don't want to live in it. So why you guys keep moving?
Well, in California, they're testing the California system, and Minnesota. A lot of those people winning there, these people are selected. This is why they are not pushing the mandate of what the people want.
Right.
Okay. I mean, if you look at it, it doesn't even seem like the people voted for them, because how can you be so tone deaf to people that voted you in? I mean, nah, that's not. I mean, even in Africa, they don't do it like that. Even the African politician, they would find something sweet to say to you.
Right.
But these people, they're not doing even that.
Yeah, in Minnesota here, when we first came here in 2017, the taxes were 7.5. Now we have surplus from the COVID, and he still raised taxes. We paid 9.5 tax. We the fifth highest state. We the fifth state that pay the highest tax.
You know, he's in your state where he's from, Mankato. They said the people there, they were interviewing them. His own town, they voted against
don't like
him.
They voted against him. Minnesota almost turned red.
These are not popular people, man. Trust me. Even the governor of Colorado, when he first came, to the scene, the guy is gay, right? When they first elected him, I remember that year, a lot of people were, celebrating. I said, "Why are you guys? What you guys celebrating for?" It's like the first gay. I'm like, what? So
that's something to celebrate.
I'm like, you guys celebrating that? I was told yes, yeah, that's what we are doing. The first time ever he got a pushback was when Trump came here 3 weeks ago. Trump gave him the work. And since then, 6 county just sued him. So that this guy is losing pools. Like, wow, I don't know. People of Colorado don't like me, but I'm like, okay, you know what you are doing? You turned Colorado to California. Basically, that's what you did.
Colorado is bad.
If you got a $5,000 mortgage now, so you fucked. You effed up.
Right.
And they kept bringing people. Even you remember the city that had a problem with the Trinidad. They lied to they went in there and lied to the congresswoman to lie to the news that this is the first time that ever happened. The lady went and got all the email from the police department. Like, this guy's been knowing the problem 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And most of the police officers, they were even fed up about it. They reached out to the police chief and the mayors. They talked about how the city is being run by gangs. These people did nothing.
Yeah,
now Trump is talking about it. They say, okay, he's using it as a just to get elected.
He not stay there long.
And did you guys see New York, Eric Adams? He's like, hey, he's cutting off the welfare, the food stamp.
Eric Adams he's trying to get that pardon from Trump. He's trying to get a smooth pardon. He said, "Yo, Trump, hit me up, Trump."
You see, Mac, Mac, that's what I was telling you about Black American. You see what Eric Adams is doing? You see how pitiful it is to watch as a black man in America? You don't do that.
call out the problem. They start going after him.
So, Afrodamus, they're already busing the Eric Adams 4,500 right back to Texas. So he's now
Oh,
moving
Texas with the
migrants
border.
he's just pushing them out, busing them back into Texas. And
Because
Yeah, I
after
saw that.
Trump
is
told him fix
Hey,
it.
you know
It's
what,
not. It's not.
guys,
It's not gonna. It's not gonna really be practical. I think to
no, look.
remove all of
Do
these
you guys
people
know what
like
Eric
that.
Adams is doing? You guys know what Eric Adams is doing?
Right.
He the deportation has begun. Why is he sending them
Eric
to
Adams sending them to
Texas?
Texas
Hold
because
on,
he
to the
knows
border. Like, guys, come on. They put two and two together.
Yeah, he said go back home. Go back home.
He's sending them to the border, like into
Right.
yeah.
Texas. Like, come on, people are like, oh, he's
So,
sending them
so
to
solve the
Texas.
border
Yeah.
crisis is really easy in the state. They're not talking about the sanctuary city. Says, look, don't send federal funds there. Let's see
Do
how they
you
will take care of that.
do you guys know that bus that Eric got those people in? It's cheaper to send them that way. Once these people step foot in Texas, you know what? They're gonna say, oh, we're gonna be processing you. You just got closer to Mexico where the fuel is gonna be cheaper. It wouldn't be much fuel to use to ship them into Mexico. That's what Eric Adams is doing. Because why else would he be taking them close to the border to Texas?
Right.
And
Why
these people
else?
They,
can
they,
receive
they
any
definitely
government
know
assistance.
they can't come to Colorado.
Yeah,
They can go elsewhere.
Eric is like peace.
Oh no, he's in peace now because his
He's
boy
like
is now
that.
president. He's like, no, I gotta play the game.
I
You
think he
know the
wants to
Democrat
get.
left him. You know the Democrat left him. No one can help him. He's in a
Yeah,
big
what they did
mess.
to him was wrong though.
Yeah, that's what the Democrat do. That's what they do. I mean, as a
And
black man in America, you should know better. Eric Adam is a smart guy. He was a police officer. He knows. He knows the streets. He know how these people bully people. That's why I was like, I was happy when he was talking about when he said Trump was not a fascist. I respected that. I was like, you smart man. You
Yeah,
respect power. You know power. So don't play around.
but he was also drinking the Kool-Aid
Yeah, he was doing that. Yeah, we need
it's
the
great. It's
until
people.
he
great.
got tired. He's like,
Right.
look, man, these people are exhausting all our money here in New York, and
Right.
the people are getting pissed. And
Right.
Isn't
like
the
you can,
DOJ is the one that going after him?
right?
Was that? Yeah,
The DOJ.
yeah.
Well, you
So when
know,
Trump
Hey,
gets
hey,
there, when Trump
Afrodamus, I
gets
got
there,
something. I got something real interesting for you guys. Back in the early '80s, there was a cult group called the Bhagwan Rajneeshis,
I know
and
in
the
Oregon.
leader of the cult. You know what I'm talking about, KBM. The leader of the
Yep.
cult. Her name was Ma Anand Sheila, an Indian woman,
She
and
took
what she
over.
did was she tried to take over the whole town. And
oh,
so
are
what
you
she
talking
did
about
was,
in Portland, right?
yeah, in
No,
Oregon, and
In Oregon, yes, yes, I
not
she
far
remember.
from
flew
Portland.
in. She bust in a whole lot of migrants and vagrants from all over the country in order to be a voting bloc where she could take over that little small town in Oregon. It was maybe about 1,000 people, 2,000 people, something like that. And what she was doing was they found out that she was sedating them, drugging them.
oh my God.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I know it sounds very, tin tinfoil hattish and very conspiracy theory-ish, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually drugging our man Biden.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
Joe
would do
Biden.
I wouldn't
anything
be
to have
shocked at
that.
all if that comes out. If that comes out later in the
Hold
future.
on. What
Yeah, I
was the
wouldn't be
name?
surprised.
What was the name of the documentary? I have seen it, but it's been a while.
Yeah,
Joe
KBM,
Biden.
what was
it's
the
called.
lady's name?
Yeah, it was on
That,
Netflix. The documentary,
yeah.
Osho.
What was the
For,
name?
for,
I
for the
forget the name of it.
Rajneeshi, for the
Yeah,
Rajneeshi cult.
for the
Yeah.
Rajneeshis.
How do you spell it?
Right.
Someone
Well,
wants to watch it.
you can probably just
Even the guy that
Put in Osho, OSHO, and it'll Osho documentary. It'll come up.
that black guy from London that used to be calling Trump all kind of name and saying he was going to protest against Trump. Trump won his election. Now he changed his tune. He
Who?
won in Australia. The liberals that are in Australia, the
Oh.
same thing. The prime minister that used to be calling Trump Hitler and all kinds of
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Now he changed his tune.
Mhm.
So it's like all of a sudden now it's congratulations and Britain and America are partners and all of this. The same thing from Australia. It's like no, I thought y'all say he was all this stuff.
Wait,
It's Trump's
wait,
last term anyway. I hope he's so. I'm very happy when Trump give it back to them before
wait.
he get
Kamala, remember when they had the debate, right?
right.
Kamala told Trump, these people called you disgraced. Did she say that or not?
Yeah, she
Yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah.
So whatever they say in front Trump face, it doesn't matter. So
Oh, yeah,
Kamala
no.
already said it, right?
Don't
They
talk.
called you.
You
They
see,
are calling you a disgrace. So,
yes, they call
so
all the other
right,
supporters, and all, I didn't care. If Trump would have been
okay,
locked up, I would have
right,
still been voting for him.
right. Whoever he meets with, he gonna ask the question. Were you part of the people that called me that?
Yeah,
Right.
that's them. That's them Afrodamus. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
it. Rajneesh Purim. Yeah.
yeah. Whoever wants to watch the documentary, that's the story here about the cult that
Oh,
they're
okay.
talking
Yeah,
about.
but
This is
yeah, that's real. That's a real interesting coincidence.
Mhm.
There's something
Yeah,
similar. There's something similar to what is happening here in our country. You know.
I remember that. That was in 1984. I was 14. My dad and I moved to Portland, Oregon for like 3 months. Then we went back to California. And during that time, you see a lot of those guys that are wearing like all purple and all red. Those are their two main colors. And I think there's a photo of it. Um, yeah, basically right here, you see everybody wearing red. So
Oh,
I remember one day they came to Portland and they were just everywhere in downtown Portland. But if you look at the map here, that's approximately about a 2-hour drive from Portland, where you see this Rajneeshpuram, which was an incorporated city. It says here between 81 and
are they
88.
around like Ashworth?
Ashland,
Yeah, Ashland.
Ashland. If I remember, I think that's in Southern Oregon. So
Yeah.
this wouldn't be there. But yeah, basically that cult. It was an old guy before that lady took over. And basically, everybody that was in that compound, that incorporated city, was basically like a lot of other cults. They were giving up all the riches to this one man. I don't know exactly what the um, rules were in order to hand over your wealth to this man, but he ended up with like, when he left and went back to India, whatever, he had like 52 Mercedes Benz. A billionaire out of Texas bought them all. The state of Oregon wanted to use that compound that you see here as a prison. It never came to fruition, but they were using it because it was built very well. A lot of money went into it. But I as a kid, as a teenager, I remember one day they were in Portland for some type of event, whatever it was. There was at least 100 of them walking around. And when you listened to the way they talked, you knew that they were ultimately brainwashed. Ultimately
It's
brainwashed.
like the
And
Jim Jones people.
Very,
yes,
very similar
very
to
much
these
so.
liberals. Very similar. I'm
Very
telling
much.
you.
Yeah, because if people are crashing out this way, they have to have been super duper
they're just
brainwashed. Because
brainwashed.
if you see
And they
Kamala and Joe Biden give concession speech, obviously it's not Hitler. Why are they giving concession to Hitler?
Yeah, why are
they
they not
they,
calling
they
him Hitler now? Because Joe
and they
Biden is
found
nothing
they
but garbage or Hitler or like, oh, we have to turn the country over to Hitler and we got to do. He said, in fact, he welcomed Trump to come. I think it's tomorrow or Tuesday that
Yeah.
Trump's supposed to be going so he can even help Trump with some stuff so they can talk.
All I can tell Trump:
you see
do not trust
Don't
their
trust them.
bushmeat.
Yeah.
Do not
it's
trust
it's
their bushmeat that they give you. That's
it's very similar Afrodamus. Like they like kind of like, I guess you could say, invaded this town, and when the town wasn't conforming to their ideals or how they thought things should be, they became fascists,
Mm-hmm.
and they tried to actually take over the town. And like I said, this woman, this Maanan Sheila, this Indian woman, she was busing in vagrants and migrants from all over the country to be a voting bloc to actually take over the town politically. Very similar to
I think
Kamala,
in New York,
Kamala and the
right?
Democratic. Huh? Yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
New York, right? And this place, I think they bust these people in for the election, but now that it failed, they're like, okay, they need to go. Plus, Eric Adams, he already had it. We all know he spoke against it. That's why they went after him. So he's not even waiting for Trump to even take office officially. He's like, I'll
But
send
it
him to
show
Texas.
Yeah, but those townspeople they thwarted the whole thing.
Yeah, I
They
remember that. I
actually
remember that.
they actually came together and they I think they were like
I mean,
checking
in the
IDs,
movie,
and they had certain security measures where they weren't able to actually take over the town.
they show 27 cities that are bankrupt right now in America. 27 cities. Chicago part of them. They ain't got no money.
because they gave all the money to the
Illegal.
yeah.
You
Okay,
know.
before we close, I want to hear what you guys gotta say about our black professor over here.
And
They voted for, you're telling me, Stephanie, that all of these people who believe that their lives are, that bread is too high and eggs are too high, that they voted for a convicted felon, a guy who said we can grab the pea.
I think that a lot.
They voted for this.
Why is he acting like he didn't know Bill Clinton
Vindication for a
was
lot of
getting paid by
who
taxpayer
have really
money and
suffered.
getting fellatio in the White House? Oh my God.
I can't breathe. That wasn't just George Floyd. That was a lot of people that felt that they couldn't breathe. Every
Afrodamus
day you're
can't
waking up and
breathe.
you're getting these tweets and you just don't know. And you're going to the store and people who have been afraid to show their racism are getting nastier and nastier to you. And you're worried about your kids and you're worried about your sister. And can she just go to Walmart and get back into her car without somebody saying something to her?
For the female on the panel, man, this is not us. This is not men. This is not no. That's not what we do.
Afrodamus, these
Democrats have a lot
Afrodamus,
of
these people have been in a
looters.
covenant with the quote unquote Illuminati, and
And he's married to a white woman.
they're who we call the gay boule, man. They've been engaging in all of these
Can you guys
baby oil
believe?
scandals and all of this, and now that the music industry and the entertainment industry are falling, all of these things are being exposed, and you're going to see more and more of it, man.
Absolutely,
It's
my man.
gonna be revealed. They're running like cockroaches when the lights turned on,
Look,
man. They're
guys,
scared.
watch this, guys. Let's be real. Do you guys I know it's embarrassing to watch this, but this Negro here is not crying for real. He is caught.
He's really crying.
No, man.
Guys,
And you spend so much of your life energy
he's not
just
for
trying to
real.
hold it together. And this is a big deal
Those
for
are eye
us just to
drops.
be able to get some peace
Guys, he's not
and have a chance for a reset. And the
He's
character of the
laughing.
country matters. And
You
being
remember
a
when
good man
Frances
matters.
Berghaus called him and
I
he
just want my
said,
sons to look at this. Look at this. It's easy to do it the cheap way. And
I
your
can't.
son is a half breed. What are
You
you
know,
talking about?
who's even a bigger embarrassment. You know who's even a bigger. A bigger embarrassment is Michael Eric Dyson, man. This guy.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God.
Man, you guys
He
don't
was
know.
lying.
You guys don't know Dyson in them, man. There is a group, right?
These are
Afrodamus every 4 years.
these are our tethers. FBI
I know
tethers, man.
every 4 years,
He's
right?
biracial
If you look at Dyson, right, every 4 years he has a book
Yeah.
that he promotes on CNN and he promotes on the Breakfast Club.
If these people don't talk
There's
about
another guy,
he wrote a book about
Bakari Sellers,
he wrote a book about
Angela
Tupac, and
Rice. This is the team they have to put together for Black
and you
America, for
notice
blacks
that
in
he
America.
always bring on
he
these
wrote a book about Tupac, and he never even met Tupac.
Right.
And
That's
he
what
wrote
they
a
do.
book about him.
Look, hey, I'll tell you, can you guys believe, I was literally in my college class. They brought this paper. Apparently, we're supposed to write and break down, and it was written by Eric Dyson. I was like,
what?
and I went and looked this guy up and I saw him on CNN and I was like, I'm wasting my money at the 13th grade. What the hell? What am I doing? Yeah.
Like you notice the Democrat always they never bring
Literally,
on
they're making, they're teaching this.
yeah. But you notice the
how they're
Democrat
able
never
to
bring
teach
out
this.
strong men.
What's
They
that?
always have these men that are weak, that are crying, You know, it's like Van Jones is married to a white woman.
Yes.
And he's crying on TV, acting like he cares for black people. The
Yeah.
most important thing you can do in your lifetime is for you to pick the woman that you're going to be sleeping next to. And if you don't think as a black man that a black woman is good enough for you, don't sit on TV crying because we know you're pandering and you gotta do all of that for your paycheck that you're getting from that plantation. Because the minute they step out of line, do you see what the white Democrat does to them?
Exactly.
So it's not like to say these people are actually people for people to follow. I don't understand. Anybody who is talking white, talking black to me, if you're a black person, if you're speaking to me as a black person and you're saying all of this stuff, if you're not married to a black woman, I don't want to hear anything from you at all. I don't take you seriously. I have no respect for you because you're pandering. That's what you're doing. You go and sleep white and come and talk black. No.
But have you guys noticed? Have you guys
Gway.
Michelle, though.
All right. Gway X. Okay, Gway X. I hear you.
Obama's African.
Gway Luther King. Gway Luther King.
Everybody, I got a question for everybody. When Biden went to go vote and he stood in line, who do you think he really voted for?
Trump.
Oh, come on.
Trump.
Look, Biden cannot even hide his.
I think he went in there. I think he went in there and they had some of those little building blocks like they have in kindergarten for him. I don't think he even knew. I don't even think he knew he was at the voting
No,
booth.
Mac, don't let them fool you. Their own thing failed because Biden is like, think about it. You're a politician over 50 years. You've been waiting. Biden has been waiting to be president.
A long time.
For a long time, and he really believes in himself.
Did you see what they did to Jimmy Carter?
Yeah, but he's got one term and they try to push him away. Biden is not gonna take that, lightly.
Yeah,
So
nobody is very
obviously look, when Biden called Trump supporters garbage, that's all sabotage. Don't you know that? Biden knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
And when he wore the Trump hat,
he wore the Trump hat. Yeah, like
Jimmy Carter's about 110 years old, man. He's a soda cracker away from the grave, and they wheeled him in. Yeah, I'm voting for Kamala. The guy's barely hanging on, man.
Remember what they did to Carter, because they pushed Carter out for 1980 because of how everything was back in 1976. And also remember, everybody, we're about to have the bicentennial in 2 years. That's a big deal to people. So they do want Trump over Kamala because we're about to celebrate the bicentennial.
Exactly. How can they have an Indian celebrate over real America? Come on, guys. Let's.
Whoa, that's a great point.
They want America first. Wow. Nothing is more America first. 1976. We are now here. 200 years. Also, Carter in 76, Afrodamas, I think you were here. There are a lot of Africans here, of course. Carter was such a failure with the hostage crisis. Gas went through the roof. My father made it very clear to me that it never went back down. You go from 10 cents or 6 cents to 76 cents, 86 cents. That was 76, Alfredamus. Gas stayed that price even up until the 90s. Even with continued inflation, gas was about 76 cents, 90s.
I'm so glad I wasn't born back then.
We weren't here. I wasn't born.
I need to share with you. Because of the issues that Carter had with his first administration, the Democrats pushed him out in 1980. They brought out Teddy Kennedy.
He was a long-term president, right?
Yes, he was. They actually primaried another Democrat. That was Kennedy, JFK's baby brother.
They took him out.
Ted Kennedy. And the only reason why Ted Kennedy lost, because he's a Kennedy and you're the best.
Robert Kennedy's the one.
Yes, so not Robert. So Robert Kennedy's uncle, JFK. Yeah, so his father's youngest brother. He was primaried by the Democrats because Carter they knew he couldn't win. So they actually got ahead of themselves early. Jimmy Carter had the respectfully. Biden said, Jimmy Carter said, I will step down. So he was willing to work with the Democrats. And and Ted Kennedy came in and he was primaried. He lost to Reagan in 1980 because of his, he had some background. There was Chappaquiddick, for those of you who don't know, which was a very sad story. That's a very, very sad story, what he did to that young woman.
Who?
So, Ted Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, I heard that
Reason why. There's a reason why they don't want these Kennedys in office. RFK entered the White House through another way, through a Republican, because the Democrats, they really don't really want Kennedys.
Are you talking about that? Are you talking the Martha Moxley thing?
Excuse me?
You guys, Martha Moxley.
Martha Moxley, the Chappaquiddick girl? Is that what's her name?
That girl that was deleted by like those Kennedy boys.
Oh, there's so many stories, Afrodamus. The Chappaquiddick is a different story. Ted Kennedy apparently got so drunk, he drove a car into a lake.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Oh, yeah. With the, was it a Mustang?
No, it was. I think. Okay, yeah, I think it was a Mustang in the lake. He, because the Kennedys have.
The one that drowned. I remember that.
Yeah, and now also, Afrodamus. I don't know if you know, RFK has some addiction history. So the Democrats really aren't too keen on Kennedys. There's always something with the Kennedy and a Democrat, and one of them there's an issue. So
were they sharing the same Marilyn Monroe, the brothers?
Yes. RFK's brother, his father. So RFK Jr., his father, RFK, and the uncle, JFK, were both with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, yes.
Together. And some people even have like pictures. Like there's people who saw like what was
They
going
call
on.
that a tag team.
They did. They did.
Little tag team action, huh?
Yeah, they did. And there's so much going on with the Kennedys. But RFK knew the Democrat Party. He knew how they are.
So what happened to his voice
his
box?
whole life. Plus, if you think about something else, Afrodamus, notice RFK and Trump, they would both be culturally Democrat. Trump is New York, Queens. RFK is deep Northeast. Boston, Irish, their family is so deep. For him to be a Republican, when your family is like Democrat royalty, that says a lot. So you're now looking at a possibility, Afrodamus, of another northeastern state flipping red. They have PA.
They're getting close.
They're getting close. They have PA. They may get Jersey. They may even get New Hampshire. But look what's going on with New York. Look at what's going on with Eric Adams. It looks like the old New York kids, these New Yorkers, these the 70s people, Eric Adams, former cop, he's going to work with Trump. Trump's not a Republican, but Eric Adams is going to work with him. So now you're looking at another possibility. You never know, Afrodamus. We could look at 28 or even 32 red New York.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Guys, let's do our closing statements. I know this show is going well, but look, we got.
You have soup on the stove, don't you? You have soup. You do have soup. You have a goosey soup. I understand. You have soup.
Yeah, but I mean, guys, we have so much. You guys think Van Jones is acting up? I saved the 2024 one for you for the next time, so you guys can hear what Van Jones.
Right, make a list of the symbols, man. Make a list of the symbols so we can go through them.
Yeah, because there's no way we can miss out on this. So, and also, did you guys see the UK before the UK? They were interfering with the election. See, these British people, they want to defeat America, but they don't have the military. They want to do it through covert and mess with the election.
That's true.
Yeah, because they have a leftist as their prime minister. That Starmer guy. So, I look forward to seeing how Trump is gonna, destroy.
That's a German last name.
Destroy these people and their tea drinking.
You see, the reason why you see a lot of people like Trump is that Trump is a rich person. He's a billionaire. Trump don't take nonsense. Trump talk to them any kind of way. He ain't got one respect for them because why? These are the same people that used to be at his feet begging for money when they wanted to run their campaign. So people who support Trump, we like the way Trump talk to them.
Yes.
I find it very entertaining when Trump is talking down to them and disrespecting them because these people, he knows them. He know who they are. So that's why you see a lot of people like Trump who don't want to be able to tell these politicians to F off if they want to, but you can't, because they will go after your livelihood. But with Trump, they can, because Trump is very wealthy.
Gue, you nailed it. See, these people, they like to come and say, oh, Trump is not presidential, he's not this and that. You nailed it 100%. They are refusing to accept this reality that people, regular people, us, we enjoy Trump when he is, telling them like it is.
Yeah.
But they want to tell us, no, you don't like it. No, the people love it. The people love it. That's a fact.
That's why when you see people online like pulling the hair and doing all that crazy stuff, you like, what are you like? I find Trump very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. There's not one time where I'm like,
look, unless people try to hate on him, but like one of my friends, he called me telling me he's African, telling me he can't believe I support Trump. I was like, I said, why don't you like Trump? He said, oh, the tweets and stuff. I was like, dude, you don't even have Twitter. You know nothing about Twitter. You just heard it on MSNBC.
Thank you.
You just heard it. And you know what? He can argue with me because I know that most Africans love working a whole lot. He don't know what Twitter even is.
No,
so he's
just
not
listen
on
to
there. He's not
MSNBC.
on there.
Yeah.
He's not on there.
Right. You remember when they said he took out paper against these 5 kids, right? Or 4 kids in New York, right?
Right.
That was in the late 90s, right?
He
And
was
one
a
of my guys, he hit me, right, about the same story. I said, you know what? Around the same time, Trump was around a lot of New Yorkers, famous people.
And he was a
Why they never brought that up?
Right.
Why they never brought that up? In the late 90s, it was around all these people. They never brought that up. The moment he decided to run for president, they bring in these stories. And I asked my friend, I'm like, do you know many stories where Trump helped a lot of blacks here in America? Did you ever see Trump sitting there and going through all his memories? I helped this guy. Did you ever see him do that?
Even
Hey, let me tell you, man. Let me
He
tell
doesn't
you.
need to.
In the
If
80s,
you are real, the people that you help, they will come for you. You don't have to do that.
And also
blacks used to love Trump, man. I'm telling you. I can think of 5 songs,
Trump has
R&B songs and
always
rap
been
songs about Trump.
with hip hop. Puff, Jay-Z, Pusha T has met him. He throughout the 90s, Afrodamas, Trump, hip hop, solid. Also, Trump, Mike Tyson, Trump, we all know him. The box promoter.
Ice Cube.
No, not just the box promoter. How can I forget his name?
Don King.
Don King.
Yeah.
Both of them.
All of a sudden, when he became a politician,
throw him under the bus.
No, they didn't.
No, when he became when he hijacked the Republican Party and decided
Don King made it clear he's voting for Trump. Like that's the only 2 things those 2 have ever agreed upon. It's Mike Tyson, Don King. They're both voting for Trump.
And also, here's the thing.
Also, Oprah and Trump were very close in the 80s. Very close.
Exactly.
Hold on. The professor that said he can't believe people voted for a man that said grab them by the P, right? Let's look at grab. And he didn't say grab them by the P. He said if you're famous,
if you're a celebrity,
they
let you do it. They let you do it.
He's not lying. Look, back in the days when we used to do parking lot pimping, which is after the club, we would be driving, and I'm not popular, but even me, even us, one car with the rims back in those days, we would get flashings. Imagine us, Dusty, getting flashing.
Afrodamas, I salute you. I'm so glad to hear that you've done your part to make America great again, man. I salute you, brother.
But then they don't want to talk about Doug M.
Kamala.
Kamala's husband, did you guys know?
He pregnant a nanny.
Well, now Kamala is in trouble because Kamala is, 20 million in debt. Now, dog
Yes,
don't
yes.
have extra money to
Afterdamus,
hire
I know a little bit.
lawyers.
I know a little.
Wait, also, the woman came out that said Doc Emhoff gave her the pimp treatment. The woman even showed the baby powder on her cheek. The baby powder, and people still
Right.
ignore it. Go ahead, say,
Afterdamus, if the news is coming out,
Doug
that
Emhoff, that sounds like a brothel owner or a pimp or something. Doug Emhoff. Think of that.
right,
Look at that
I got
name,
a
man.
Afterdamus, I got a question. If you got billions of dollars and right after the election you are in the hole, so how can you manage the country?
But that's what they used
You
to
can't even manage your own election, your own campaign. You in the
Yeah,
hole.
she raised over $1 billion, and she
You know what?
Anna,
You know what these people usually do when it comes to that. When
Now
I hear
that
about those
part
kind of
about her, is Black American.
no. Hear me out. Hear me out. A lot of people,
Like
a lot of Americans.
spending up all that money and
No.
owing.
A lot of Americans don't know about that story, right? When we said Americans also corrupt, this is what happened when you have this kind of elections and this kind of campaign, and with a lot of money pouring in, a lot of people become rich. Oprah just charged her $1 million
yes, and
to have
Oprah
a
is a
seat.
multi-millionaire.
Right.
So much about saving democracy, right?
Right. So this is another route for people to become rich in America. So that's why she has no more money. You know.
Look, I think that money was being siphoned into another account. I mean, I'm
Absolutely.
just saying.
no, but a lot of those celebrities, and she paid them. She paid a lot of them for the performances.
Don't you think she
But
want to pay herself?
but a billion?
Don't you think she want to pay herself?
She wasn't. No, she wasn't. It's been a lot of reports she wasn't paying people. Like
No,
she
you guys
promised that she
don't
would
know
pay.
about these people, man. Listen, you sending $1 million to Oprah. Oprah has too many ways to pay you back. 5 years, 6 years down the road, Oprah can give you that money back. These are financial advisors talking to those people. These are the way that you can funnel money and get it back.
Money laundering.
It's money laundering.
She sent a thing out for the supporters to donate.
Look, do you guys look when they say she's
She might do got a little black in her, man. What she did with that money, man.
No. What she did with that money is sitting somewhere. Partly is sitting somewhere as we speak. Okay, let's not act like this is Africa, where if you go campaigning, you have to really buy rice, jollof rice for the people.
They said she.
That's not what she was doing.
She funded like a studio, like a podcast studio.
Yeah,
and they gave the price, and this guy was saying that for $6,000 we could have done this job.
600,000, no, 600.
No, someone said for 6,000 they could have done it.
For 6,000, of course
they could have done it. So
Yeah,
it's not overcharging is a big deal here in America, but people sit here and act like, oh, people are not corrupt here in America. They are.
I mean, they're corrupt, we know that. But what we're saying is she paid for Call Her Daddy to go over to Washington, D.C. So she has to pay for them to do the set just like Call Her Daddy so the girl can interview her.
600,000?
Just for her, instead of her just going to the girl's studio, you know.
What did Oprah did with 1 million on Afterdamus?
You thought Oprah was going to do anything for her for free?
Right, but she charged 1 million. What was she going to do for her?
Oprah was supposed to say
Oprah is not even relevant. She's not even relevant.
They don't know that. They still think that Oprah still has the relevancy that she used to back then. A lot of people don't trust that woman. They know she's fake, phony. She's just like any other rich person who want to stay wealthy and stay rich and be in power. That's it. You know, that's why you see the media right now. There's only 31% of people in America believe the media. Most people are watching podcasts. You know, people who they can relate to, like everyday lifestyle and stuff like that. Nobody listens to these
mainstream media was complaining about that too.
You have to be able to hold 3-hour conversation.
Absolutely.
Okay? This because in 3 hours you will be able to know the person. This is why we needed Kamala to have gone to Joe Rogan. Okay, since she says she smoke weed, she can smoke some too there. We would have loved to watch it.
Phil Jackson followed her requested to have a sit down with her for almost 20 times.
Who?
I forgot the guy name. Yeah, Dr. Phil. 20. He said 20 times.
Like he requested it. He said, "I'm gonna."
Oh yeah,
And he,
yeah. I saw
and he
that.
said, "I'm gonna the same speech I did at the convention at the Republicans. I'm gonna do the same for you." So just to show you I'm not biased, I'm trying to get to know you better, so the public can decide from what they see.
Yeah, but
Kamala
Joe,
is like
He
hell
turned that
no.
out.
Kamala is like hell no.
Hell no, I'm not. I'm going to
yeah,
Sheshe, man. I'm going to Club Sheshe.
Oh yeah,
Afrodamus,
Sheshe showed
Afrodamus,
up
I
with his
think that's
tight
something
cans
you need
on.
to know. Afrodamus, when it comes to Hillary and Kamala, the reason they're not going to win, they're not authentic.
Wait,
These-
you didn't have hope?
I,
Geriatric
Wait,
dance moves.
question.
No.
But Clinton
That's
wasn't
for
ducking. She
questions
wasn't
to
ducking
ponder. Wait,
interviews.
here's the thing with Hillary Clinton, though.
She wasn't ducking interviews.
fake.
Here's the thing is that Hillary Clinton has a very, very long history, Afrodamus.
right.
The
But
situation-
she wasn't ducking interviews though.
No, she doesn't duck interviews. Everyone knows she's very competent. Everyone,
Yes.
people would have won. But here's the thing, though, Afrodamus.
She's not
Didn't Hillary
competent.
pull out some hot sauce one time?
The
Yeah.
issue, Afrodamus, she has skeletons that you will not even believe.
Benghazi. Benghazi.
No, the truth is, I don't
Deleting
know. Afrodamus,
skeletons.
look at
Also
her daughter.
responsible for
Afrodamus,
Benghazi.
look at her daughter. Look at her daughter, and look at Bill Clinton at Bill Clinton when he was a young man. Look at her daughter Chelsea, and look at Bill Clinton when he was a young man. There has always been conversations. No one said anything loud. Even I picked up on this because
That girl is not fine at all. She is not cute at all. She doesn't look like Bill Clinton.
There's
Bill
more.
Clinton
There's more
is
to this. Look up the name Webb Hubble. I don't know if you know what this story is. There's a lot of skeletons that you don't. I don't know if you know how deep. Look up the name Webb Hubble. Look up Bill Clinton's picture when he was a young man, and look at pictures of Chelsea Clinton, and look at pictures of Webb Hubble's daughter. That's all I'm going to say. Secondly, with these women, there's so much that we do not know. Kamala, she's here with Doug. Where are her children with Doug?
She don't have kids.
Kamala, you see her with all of these black men. Montel Williams in the 90s, you saw how she was dressed. You see her with Willie Brown. She uses black men like Jennifer Lopez, that Puerto Rican, that Cardi B, Belcalis. They use black men to move up because they know black men do have they like the light skin, the preferences. That's fine. But they will use these men for a come up. But for some reason, Kamala did not feel confident to go ahead and marry a black man, at least. Maybe not have children with him because of her age, but marry a black man. It's something to be said that she's with Doug. She is not attracted to Doug at all, Afrodamus. She doesn't like that man at all. They are not.
You don't think so?
Not one bit. Not one bit. And I'm a woman and a black woman. She's not attracted to him.
That woman looks like she attracted to that man. That man is
If you
ugly.
if you look at her with Willie Brown, she liked him. And people even would say
Willie Brown was the daddy.
that, yes, and people would say, "Is that your father?" She like,
Yes, what an interview that was on the
Well,
street.
they say once you go black, you never go back. So
the
you
age
know,
difference.
Willie might have put it down.
That was
Willie might have put it down. You know.
So Willie did help her. He bought her a car. They were
And he was married. That's the thing I did. You know, as much as they want to talk about Trump escapades, it's like this man knew that the man was married and she was still laying on her back.
Protected her, and he helped her with her career.
I
She's
met-
able to be at this level because he was the one pushing her and guiding her like a father in her career. Kamala, of course, she was engaging in the entertainment industry. That I figured out how she knows Montel, the entertainment industry. She's been around. She's a runaround girl.
You know, Montel come out and say that.
V. Civiano, remember V. Civiano and the Clippers owner, V. Civiano. A lot of these men, they do like women. And Kamala, she does have the education. She has a look, and she knows how to move through men, especially black men. When it became expedient, she had to marry Doug, but she doesn't like Doug like that. She's not going to have his children. So
Yeah,
Doug has children. Doug has a child. Look like Kamala and Doug. Doug has a daughter that looks like Kamala and Doug's child, like a Kamala Doug child. And that woman calls Kamala Mamala. You're my Mamala. Mamala. It's just, Kamala just doesn't move right, Afrodamus. Black women, that trust is not there. On top of that, look what Janet Jackson said. Isn't she Indian? Janet Jackson doesn't even consider you Black.
They keep talking about her parents from Jamaica. Everybody from Jamaica is not Black. I don't understand.
She doesn't move as a Black woman. She has no history as a Black woman.
But why lie though? Why
That's
not come
exactly
out?
Guap. Thank you, Guap. Thank you, Guap.
I got news for you guys. I got news for you guys.
Why lie? That's the issue I always had with her, Guap. Why is she lying? Why lie?
You know what?
Lie about the man you're going to marry.
Kamala is responding to you guys.
What she said.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brad.
Thank you.
We'll see how this goes for you.
Mrs. Harris, how many people do you believe have crossed the border since... Miss Harris. Kamala, please. Mrs. Vice President, it's a simple question.
I'm speaking. Excuse me, I'm speaking.
I apologize.
Afrodamus, man.
Let's do our closing on that note. You know what? Let's start with Mark. Mark, go ahead. Make it 30 seconds. Let's make it quick.
I just wanted to say that maybe this might have actually saved the country. I mean, I know that's a big and bold thing to say.
You did save the country. If you voted for Trump,
the way things were going, I mean, with this inflation, I mean, it's getting out of control. We got wars going on, popping off. We needed some reality, some practicality, and all of this liberal, delusional, magical thinking, this law of attraction type magical thinking. If you just believe, and if you just will it in your mind, it can be. And all. No, it's not time for that. It's time for real practicality, getting down to business and getting our country back and making America great again. And I need one of those black MAGA hats. Okay, Afrodamus, can you sell me one?
Well, this one here, is special, but I wouldn't sell this because this is gonna go down in the family generation. So
okay, I got you. And Supergirl for president. Supergirl for president. Supergirl for president. Don't buy me off the panel again, Supergirl. I want you for president.
Thank you.
Let me go next.
Go ahead.
Okay, mine is going to be short, man. I hope the next meeting they're going to be having between Biden and Trump, I hope they put a plan together where Biden is going to pardon his son and pardon Trump, so we can move forward on a new slate. And hopefully, I hope Biden finally found a best friend named Trump, so he can get his best revenge over this Democrat. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's have questions to ponder. Go ahead.
Can Biden pardon his own son, Afrodamus?
Well, they haven't convicted him, but Trump can pardon him.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
And I've heard rumors about it already.
But I don't know if Biden can pardon his own son. That's what I was asking.
That's a good question.
Yeah, but great show. Always fun. Laughing at liberals is always entertaining and stuff like that. So, great conversation, Afrodamus. And I don't know what else to say. Well, I just want to say thanks to men. You're Save America. So thank you guys for voting for Trump at the number, breaking record number that you did. So thanks for that.
Stay away from Doug Emhoff.
Yeah, he
All right, let's have who's gonna go next? Questions or KBM?
I'll go next. Yeah, I met Willie Brown one day in the early 90s in a roundabout way, because I used to live 2 blocks from the state capitol. And I didn't know it was Willie Brown crossing the street with his hands in his pockets, wearing a 3-piece suit. Yeah. His toe on one of his feet didn't quite get on top of the curb. It hit the curb, His hands came out of his pockets. His legs got in front of him. His arms got in front of him. He didn't land in the bushes on the other side of the sidewalk. And I was like,
Are you
damn,
trolling?
that guy. No. This really happened. I was like, damn, how did that guy recover from that possible fall? Because I think I would have landed on my face. But anyway, I asked him, are you all right? And he goes, yeah, thank you. He's walking ahead of me. And I go, damn, that was Willie Brown. So that was my encounter with Willie Brown. And then
Where was Kamala?
I didn't know who that was at that time. I never heard her name. Now check this out. In the same city of Sacramento, I was picking up, Mac into this chick on the Sacramento bus. And we started talking a little bit about politics. And I said something about Willie Brown not being a good politician. And she goes, that's my uncle.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't get her phone number. But yeah, that's my encounter with Willie Brown. But all jokes aside, I hope that the next 4 years coming up will be meaningful to the American people. And I usually don't speak like this, but very meaningful as in we get what we want because we have somebody that most people elected for that seat of presidency to do what the people really want to be done. Right a lot of wrongs. And another thing too, a little side note is, William Ruto in Kenya has been doing a lot of shady stuff, and a lot of people blame it on the interaction of him when he came to Washington and met up with Biden. After that, basically everything went to hell in Kenya. And that's why he started killing people and all this other stuff, raising taxes, raising fuel prices and all that other stuff. Kenyans right now are saying now that Trump has won, bad times are coming for Ruto. And so let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. My wife has been telling me some stuff over there. My wife's in Kenya, and she's not sure what's going to happen, but she's been hearing all the reports that right now Kenyans, the popular thing is that Ruto's in trouble due to Trump's win. Or what does Trump's win mean for Kenya or for Africa, period? So
we'll explore that next time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's have questions to ponder.
Oh, Afrodamus, my brother, he passed the California State Bar. It took him 3 times, but he did it. And so when you officially become an attorney in the great state of California, the Attorney General is there. And I will say this, Kamala likes black men. I will definitely tell you that, Afrodamus. Yes, she does.
Are you making Doug jealous?
I'm just saying she has preferences. And if you have that, that Nubian African look, my brother's like Jordan height. He's buff. Pretty Dominican. He's not a bad looking guy. Kamala's got preferences. I didn't know who it was back then. I didn't know, how would I know? I didn't know. But when I think once, starting with the debate and when she and Tulsi Gabbard were going back and forth, that's when it hit me. That was Kamala. And then I started realizing, she gets real comfortable with black men. This woman literally is fighting tooth and nail to be with Doug. Fighting. She does not want that man.
Well,
let LeBron, my brother looks like LeBron and Snoop Dogg as like a hybrid. He looks like that. And he's got that height and build. And you're an attorney, and the Attorney General of California just happens to see a black guy who looks like that. And there aren't really a lot of black guys in California. Attorneys, not many. So it was just there was a look in her eye. I didn't think anything of it.
Maybe she likes that strong pimp hand,
She likes a good pimp hand.
That's right.
She probably does. And also let's not forget, just being serious now, I will be serious. The Democrats have now officially lost the black male millennial household. The black millennial man who runs a household, the one who files taxes, head of household, you lost that demographic. If the Democrats cannot keep that demographic, that's society. You cannot, they can keep trying to go around and black women, black women. At the end of the day, if you don't have the man is society. The man is society. These children are not going to be able to find purpose. You are not going to somehow take a black woman and a black child. Now they tried with these Hispanics. No. The Democrat Party, the state, you're not going to do it. They need to stop going against these white Christian men. You really need to let it go. Trump is a patriarch. At the end of the day, people are going to be able to relate to the Trump who is a family man. Trump has 5 kids. Trump is able, as a 70-year-old, to still birth children. He has a 17-year-old child. The oldest president has a 17-year-old son. That means Trump is invested. All these decisions, TikTok, which is about to be bought by the United States, Trump is invested. When Trump goes on Logan Paul, he's invested. He knows who these people are. He understands like the podcast generation. He knows what's going on. Why? Because Trump is dad. Like, think about it, Afrodamas. Trump still has to deal. Dad.
And Grandpa, on that note, thank you very much.
Thank you. Kamala doesn't have that.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That brought us to the end of the Afrodamas report. And as you know, we are going to close out in style. Let's see here. Rasmus said, Afrodamas, the colonizer and his cronies of full start. You fled the country after Trump victory over Killer Kim. Well, I hope Kala and his crew of Dusties are watching. They wish I would fled. Let them know I'm MAGA right here. They can take that to the bank. On that note, I will see you guys on the next one. I'll take you out with this new MAGA video.
Dark MAGA.
As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
My sole and exclusive mission is to go to work for our country, to go to work for you. It's time to deliver a victory for